A very, very good morning to all of you. I hope everyone is doing fine and you got to know about the income tax. So we entered the world of income tax in the previous class. So welcome to class 2 for the basic concepts. A very warm welcome to all of you joining now. So in the previous class, we did understand about how the income tax, what actually income tax is, what is the ecosystem, how are we getting the acts, rules. So we started by understanding the basic concepts, and we understood that the central government has the power to levy income tax, but they cannot imply the tax on the agricultural income. Then we move ahead to understand what is Income Tax Act, what's the Income Tax Rules, what is Finance Act, what are surplus notifications, what are case laws or Supreme Court, High Court judgments. And we understood some important definitions coming to assessment year, previous year, person, different types of persons, and assessing. And towards the end, we started with a hint of surprise of understanding how do we apply tax rates in case of individual HUF, AOP, BOI. So I hope everyone has revised what was being taught. So I have got one question from my friend Ganesh. So Ganesh, income ka definition is one such definition. It covers the entire income which will be covering in the coming classes and probably the most part of the course, which is the 5 heads of income. So income ka definition would be better once you, or would be understood better once you understand the 5 heads of income. So shall we begin our today's class? Very good, Jyoti. So everyone has done their homework also. Good. So slab rate से tax निकालना आ गया. Now let's just take one step forward. Tax rates last time पे इसलिए किया था because already so much of theory was covered. So we wanted to give a bit of calculation mechanism. I hope everyone is ready with the calculators today also. So we'll be doing good calculation questions. There would be a lot of concept when it comes to solving of tax. Or calculating the tax, basically, I should say. So when I told you students that there is Income Tax Act, because government does not wake up and say, okay, let's take income tax from people, let's take so and income tax from people, let's take income tax from people on so and so rate. No, there's a proper mechanism for it. There was an act which was passed, which became the bill which was passed, which became an act through the President Assent, and now it's effective all over India. That is what Income Tax Act is. From that act, it has given one right. See, you will see this word called charge of income tax or charging head. What is this charge? See, until and unless there is any charging section which tells that the tax has to be levied, how can they levy a tax? So act, jab aap padhte ho na, you will understand that there are so many common sense things, but are already inculcated in act because they have to be provided. We cannot assume ki haan, ye to common sense, so why there's a need to write that. No, those common sense are the main points. So when you say कि Income Tax Act है, उसमें एक provision होना चाहिए through which the government can take the tax. The government can take the tax. So the charge of income tax is one such section. Section 4 tells that हर एक income एक person की जो होगी for particular assessment year, उस पे charge लगेगा with few exceptions. So Section 4 gives the power that this is a charging section that provides that the tax shall be charged at the rates prescribed either by Finance Act or Income Tax Act or both on every person. Person का definition पढ़ा, specified under Section 231, ठीक है, to Clause 31, right? On the income earned during the previous year and not the assessment year. The charging section say we got the clarity that every person who is earning an income during the assessment year or basically during the previous year would be charged tax. So this is up. You bologe, ma'am, this is the common thing. Why there is a charging section to it? No, charging section actually gives the right. What would be charged to tax? Abhi, when you will see the heads of income, you will see for every head of income there's a charging section. That charging section tells that us head mein what would be taxed. Similarly, for the entire income tax, there's one charging section, section 4, which gives the right to tax on what rates? On the Finance Act rates or on the Income Tax Act rates or both. From whom? From the person on what? On the income which they are earning during the previous year. And obviously, tax shall be levied in accordance with and subject to the various provisions contained in the Act. So, can I say this is the backbone? This in section 4 is the backbone of the entire income tax because it serves the most operative provision in the sense it gives the right to charge the tax. Correct? Right. So why am I taking this now? Now we understood the tax rates. Tax rates कहाँ से पता चलते हैं? Last session में I told you about the tax rate, but no one asked me tax rates कहाँ provided थे. So tax rates every year come in the Finance Act. So Finance Act में every year the tax rates are provided. So no one is assuming what tax rates are to be there because every year tax rate changes. For the last few times it has not been changed, but yeah, tax rate changes. So that is through what? The Finance Act. Probably कुछ Income Tax Act से भी कुछ rates, special rates उठाए जाएंगे. कभी कभार to tax the income you have to apply the special rates also and the slab rates also. Now first you will ask, ma'am, what is special rate and slab rates? तो जो भी हमारा first step is to calculate the income. Once you calculate the income, you have to calculate the tax. But tax is of, the tax rates are of two types. One is the general slab rate. I'm talking about specifically for the case of individual or the rates which are given in Finance Act. And one is special rate. Special rate क्या होता है, ma'am? We'll see. Special rate क्यों होता है? So to make a source of income more attractive, government comes with the concept of special rate. Or if the income is one such kind like casual receipts, then also they come in the case of special rates. Why? Because उस particular type of income पे कोई slab rate नहीं लगेगा. On that particular type of income, that special rate will be provided. An example, just wait for 2 minutes, we'll come to the example of it also. Okay, so I was telling you, the tax rate comes through the Finance Act or can be through income tax or both. अब Finance Act में कहाँ दिए होते हैं? Finance Act में schedule होता है, you see. I think schedule 1 है या 2 है, उसमें various parts होते हैं. Part 1, आज what would be your homework? Pick up any Finance Act, go through the schedules. वहाँ पे Part 1, Part 2, Part 3 and Part 4 होगा, which tell you about the tax rate. The Part 1 would tell you, suppose if you're picking up Finance Act 2022. So Part 1 will tell you about the tax rates which are applicable in the current assessment year, which is assessment year 22-23. Part 2 would tell me about the TDS rate for current financial year, which is financial year 22-23. So budget always comes for the coming year, not for the year which is already passed. Okay. Part 3 tells me about the, basically it says tax rate on TDS of salary and advance tax. अब अभी ये क्या है, ma'am? We did not understand. No worries. इसको आप समझो in a simpler language. I have cut it. Tax rate for the coming assessment year. But actually it is TDS of salaries and advance tax, but you can understand it, right? Taxes for the coming assessment year. So now हमारा assessment year कौन सा है? For us applicable assessment year is assessment year 23-24. So where would I refer for the tax rate for 23-24? In the Finance Act 2022, because if it would be applicable for the coming previous year, which is previous year 22-23, step by step. Hence, which is equal to assessment year 23-24. Sorry for the bad handwriting. Previous year 22-23, which means for the assessment year 23-24. So ये सारी चीजें कहाँ से पता चलती? No one comes specifically, सबको कोई notification नहीं आती. These are through the Finance Act. तो अगर आपको कोई भी rates देखना है for the previous year, which is coming or which is just beginning, you refer to the immediate past Finance Act. Okay? You can make a note of this. And part 4 tells me about computation of net agricultural income. So उसको compute करने के लिए अब ये क्या है? This is a surprise for your next week. So do see the Finance Act today. It's a huge act. Usme you will see, as a not as huge as compared to the income tax. Usme you will see towards the schedule you will be given the rates. Finance Act क्या करता है? Amendments लाते हैं. So amendments लाते हैं, साथ साथ rates बताते हैं. So basically, why I took it today? To break the definition of, to break the meaning of this section 4. So our first concept is clear. Tax will be charged at the rates prescribed by the year, for the year by the Finance Act or the Income Tax Act. Finance Act में rates कहाँ मिलेंगे? In the schedule. Schedule का part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. But मेरे को अगर assessment year 23-24 के लिए rates देखने हैं, so I will refer to part 3. Now they say the charge is on every person specified under section 231. Now person के definition we have seen who comes: individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, firms including LLPs, companies, local authorities, artificial juridical persons. Correct? Great. Now tax is chargeable on the total income earned during the previous year and not the assessment year. Now what is this? So the next point is, remember the concept of now previous year, assessment year. Previous year may you earn the income, assessment year may that income is taxed or assessed. So previous year may the income is earned. So hence the income which is earned in the previous year, usi pe tax lagta hai. But yeah, the tax is due or assessed for the assessment year. Clear? So now, for the assessment year 23-24, when I say to compute the tax, I am saying you to compute the tax on the income earned during the previous year 22-23, which is the ongoing previous year. So this is a general rule that the income of the previous year would be taxed in the assessment year. So everything comes from the act written in the act. अभी तक किसी को कोई doubt? Dinesh, please focus on what we are doing abhi so that it becomes easy to go with the class. It is not, Ashwin, it's not compulsory to change the tax rate. Government see budget बनाते हैं, they see कि मुझे how much revenue they need or not, and depending upon that, they takes the tax rates. Krishna says in Finance Act only changed tax rates are given, which are changed, not all details of rates which are changed or which were same as a given. So Finance Act only tells about first the amendments, but tax rates would always be there incomplete. The entire list would be there, not only the changes. Good question. Okay. So I'll quickly explain, summarize my Finance Act simply. Students, one thing, I get a lot of requests to be, ma'am, please say it in Hindi. See, the class mediums are English, but I try to say a line or so in Hindi so that you people can connect it quickly. But the class medium would strictly be in English. Okay. So quickly on the schedule part, आपको acts के rates कहाँ से पता चलेंगे? How will you get the rates of the income tax from the Finance Act? Finance Act में go to the schedule. See part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, you will be there. So part 1 would give you the tax rates of the ongoing assessment year, because budget comes in February of the year. So if budget, I'm talking about Finance Act 2022, when it comes, already previous year 21-22 is going on. That means assessment year 22-23 is relevant for assessment year 22-23. So first of all, it will give you for the current assessment year, which is assessment year 22-23. Then it will tell you about the TDS rates. What are TDS rates? Thoda sa time, TDS rates are specifically the rates on which a person deducts tax. Who deducts the tax? Later kahani. For you, abhi part 1 and part 3 would be relevant. Part 3 mein, I get to know about the tax rates of the coming assessment year. This is coming. The word is coming. So, jo assessment year will start, or the previous year will start in a month or so, which is my previous year, 22-23. So, assessment year 23-24 ka, I will get the tax rate, and part 4 tells about the net agricultural income. Clear? So, I was talking about the general rule where the previous year income gets taxed in the assessment year, right? This is a general rule. The previous year income gets taxed in the assessment year. But there are certain exceptions where the previous year income would be taxed in the previous year itself. There are 5 exceptions where the previous year income would be taxed in the previous year itself. One is shipping business of non-resident. What is shipping business of non-resident? तो स्टूडेंट सेक्शन 172 है. बेसिकली सेक्शन क्या होता है? व्हेन सम नॉन रेजिडेंट शिप कम्स टू इंडिया, ठीक है, दे आर कमिंग टू इंडिया, सो एंड दे विल लीव फ्रॉम द बॉर्डर इटसेल्फ, दे विल कम, दे विल deport or deload the saman or the person, and they will leave, right? And then we don't know when they will come. So Indian Act में, sorry, Income Tax Act में एक section है which says when a ship which is not an Indian ship is coming and going, so they will pay the tax before going. They will pay the tax on the income which they have earned in that route before going itself. We will not wait for the assessment year to come. Once the ship comes and it deloads, so before going or before giving the port clearance, we will take the tax from it. So for every route when they're coming to India, they will pay the tax for it, as simple as that. So no one has to wait for the previous year and then the assessment year concept. You're coming today, you're going tomorrow, pay the tax by tomorrow, computed income. So unko proper income compute karenge, computed income by tomorrow, pay the tax on it and go. So there is no previous year assessment year concept when it comes to section 172 shipping business. Persons leaving India for good. What is person living in India for good? So suppose there was a person who came from USA for 3 years of employment. Okay. And now he's going back and he has no plans to come into India again. His assignment is completed. He will not come to India again. Now he's going today, which is on 18th October 2022. Now practically the previous year 2020 to 23 is going on, right? Iska return filing would be due as an assessment. The income would be assessed in 23-24, right? But he is going today. How will I wait for another 7, 8 or 10 months to get the tax? Because I don't know who would be responsible for him. Because he has gone, once he has left India border, how would I be able to track him? So what the Indian government does, they make it compulsory for the people who are leaving India for good or with no plan of returning any soon. So they say that before going, whatever income you have earned till date, compute it, pay the tax for it, file it with your assessing officer and then leave. So काफी बार ऐसा होता है, they are stopped at the immigration desk if they have not paid the taxes, because every information is updated from one portal to another, from one department to another. So if they do not pay the tax, they are stopped. So they have to obtain a NOC from the department that all the taxes which are due on them till date are paid or will be taken care of. Clear? Then AOP, BOI, artificial juridical person formed for a particular event or a purpose. Remember, form एक going concern concept की तरह चलता है, but AOP, BOI can be formed for a particular venture. Now suppose that venture is finishing today. We made a venture for building a flat. We have completed that flat and it is now end today. So once you will dissolve yourself, you will no more be a person in the act of income tax. So they are saying when your venture is getting closed, with the same concept, pay the tax in that year itself. Okay, then person likely to transfer property to avoid tax. You think a person would transfer a property, would transfer his property very soon. So what you do, you levy the tax on them on the same year, so that in case he transfers the property, earns any profit, you as in the department has got the tax on it in the same year itself. So suppose a person who's already going through a lot of going through a lot of cases in ED or in CBI, and one of his property is still untouched. It is not being forfeited by the department, it is untouched, but you think he will sell it out. So you levy the tax in the same year when he's selling it out to make sure that you get the tax amount. When I say you mean the department. Then in case of discontinued business, the department knows that you are discontinuing your business today. So they will try to make sure that you get or you pay the taxes which you have earned on the income or which are charged on the income till date. So these things are not compulsory, like these four. This would be implied only if AO feels that something is wrong. If AO feels that if he wants to take the taxes today, he will take the taxes today. But shipping business it is compulsory. So to summarize, we know the previous year income is assessed in the assessment year. An assessee who is earning the income in the previous year would assess the income and file the return and pay the final dues on all the taxes in the assessment year. But in certain exceptions, previous year is the assessment year itself, or the income would be assessed in the previous year itself. What are the exceptions? One, shipping business, a non-resident ship comes to India will only leave when he pays or when it pays the taxes due on the income of that route. Person leaving India, person aaj ja raha hai, the government is not sure about how to, or the assessing authority is not sure about who will pay the taxes on him. So they make sure, okay, give us the taxes, give us your computation of income, then go. One business, AOP, BOI, artificial juridical person are dissolving today for what particular event they were formed, give us the taxes. In the previous year itself, we are not waiting for 1 year to end and then get the taxes. Person transferring the property, give us the taxes on it today. Business getting discontinued, give us the taxes to us today. We do not know how to track you later. Okay, clear? So, Pranav, Pranav, we have done AOP BOI in the previous class. I will give you, Alok, I'll try to give you small quick revision points, okay? So Dinesh is asking, how will department know to know if a person is permanently living in India? Now suppose Mr. X is permanently living in India, immigration officers know that he is living in India, his work visa has expired, he has no plan in coming too soon, so they will definitely stop it. So to save yourself from the embarrassment which will be causing at the immigration office, the person himself applies and gives all the information. He sends one of his person to the assessing officer to apply for a no objection certificate. फाइनेंस टैक्स स्टूडेंट्स एक ही आता है, उसमें डायरेक्ट टैक्स के चेंजेस होते हैं, जीएसटी के चेंजेस होते हैं, कस्टम एक्ट के चेंजेस होते हैं. सो रामचंद्र, there's only one finance act which have the changes for all the tax related laws or the finance related aspect of the government. Yes, having said that, they come up with the notification and circulars during the year depending upon the council meetings and all the stuff. See, a person living in India will not come in does not mean that he cannot come in at all. No, it means that his economic interest is now back to some other place. Rishabh, see, always refer to the current edition. If you have the hard copy of the Purana edition, please download the soft copies from the portal itself if you cannot arrange a hard copy of the new edition. So, what a question can come in case of theory. A theory question can come that explain the exceptions or explain any two exception in case which the previous year income is taxed in the previous year itself. These students, ये सारे provisions 172 final level पे एक detailed section है about how this entire mechanism works. Okay, so now back to the tax rates. 1 second. Yeah. Everyone brace yourself with the calculators. So tax rates, students, remember I told you in the previous class that there is a slab rate. You have to calculate the slab for the tax as per the slab rates for individual HUF, AOP, BOI. The slab goes right. Where the income does not exceed 2,50,000 nil, 2,50,000 से ज़्यादा वाली income up to 5 lakh पे 5%, 5 lakh से ज़्यादा वाली income up to 10 lakh पे 20%, 10 lakh से ज़्यादा वाली income पे 30%. This is not that if you have 11 lakh income, you will directly apply 30%. No. On first 2,50,000, no tax. On the next 2,50,000, 12,500. On the next 5 lakh, 1 lakh. And on the other amount, 1,12,500 plus 30%. Correct? Remember? So अभी थोड़ी देर पहले I give you a hint about the concept called general slab rate plus special tax rates. So why general slab rates are this one which we are following, and then there is special tax rate. Now what happens, students? Sometimes you have certain incomes on which a special tax rate would be applicable. So income tax specifically tells that this particular income would be taxed at this particular rate, irrespective of whatever the slab rates or the tax rate are applicable to that person. ये पर्टिकुलर इनकम इस रेट पे ही टैक्सेबल होगा. एक पर्टिकुलर इनकम, नॉट द एंटायर इनकम, एक पर्टिकुलर इनकम. लाइक अगर आप लॉटरीज जीतते हो या अगर आप केबीसी में जाते या कुछ कैजुअल विनिंग्स लेते हो क्रॉसवर्ड पजल से, सो वो इनकम 30% पे ही टैक्स होगा, इवन इफ यू डू नॉट हैव एनी इनकम. अगर आपको कैपिटल गेन होता है, व्हाट इज कैपिटल गेन? यू ट्रांसफर एनी कैपिटल एसेट, उससे कुछ गेन होता है और वो लॉन्ग टर्म है, सो दैट वुड बी एट 20%. So there are specific rates. वो particular income, वो particular type of income would be taxed on a specific rate and not on the general rate. So how do we compute the entire income tax? So please listen carefully. एक पर्सन है, व्हाट इज आरओआर? इट्स अ रेजिडेंट पर्सन. अभी आप इतना समझो, ठीक है? असेसमेंट ईयर 23-24 का हमें टैक्स निकालना है. आई एम हैविंग अ टोटल इनकम, द पर्सन इज हैविंग अ टोटल इनकम ऑफ 12 लाख, जिसमें से 10 लाख नॉर्मल इनकम है, बट 2 लाख पे 20% लगेगा. सो नाउ हाउ विल आई कंप्यूट द टैक्स रेट इन दिस सिचुएशन? व्हाट विल आई डू? 10 lakh पे तो I will calculate tax rate as per the slab rates. And 20 lakh I will calculate the tax as the 20% rate. So 10 lakh पे slab rate के हिसाब से निकाला 1,12,500. ये सब कहाँ जाएगा? 2 lakh पे 20% किया 40,000. So total tax is 1,52,500. So you will, this is my total income, which is 12 lakh. उसमें से I will divide the income into general tax rate income and special tax rate income, which is this and this. General tax income pay I will apply the slab rates, and special tax income pay I will apply the special rate. So general पे ये rate आया, special पे ये rate आया, दोनों को add करके I will come to my total tax. So quickly करो, 10 lakh पे slab rate किया 1,12,500 आके सबका, 2 lakh पे 20% 40,000. So this is 1,52,500. Clear? Now every tax pay, one thing which is applied is called cess. The tax, every tax pay, any tax pay, income tax pay, sorry. One thing which is applied is called cess. Ma'am, what is cess? Cess एक तरीके से it's an additional amount which they will take from you, an additional small charge which they take from you, which will go to a particular benefit, So for any, मतलब यहाँ पे cess is there, which is my health and education cess. So it will go to, उसमें से जो amount आ रहा है, it will go to that particular section only. It will go to that particular section only. अभी we'll see इसका calculation. Yeah. So जो भी tax आएगा, it would be increased by an amount called health and education cess. So what is this? This is an additional amount. जैसे donation लेते हैं, particular आप जाते हो कहीं पे अलग से उस amount पे डाल देते हो. So this is a compulsory cess which is taken from you on the tax amount at the rate of 4%. This is 4% compulsory for everyone, applicable for everyone. So whatever your tax comes, उसको 4% से increase कर देंगे. So in this case, 152,500 is my 150 to 500 is my tax rate. इसको मैं 4% इस पे सेस लग जाएगा. So 150 to 500 plus 4%, which is 6100. So my total tax amount would be 158,600. So cess आपको कभी लगाना नहीं भूलना. Please, cess would never, you will never forget to apply the cess. You will calculate the total tax and you will make additional 4%, which would be 150, which would be 4% of what? 4% of the tax amount, not of the income amount, of the tax amount. So फटाफट बताओ, slab rate plus tax, special tax rate दोनों को मिला के तो tax निकालना आया. बस आपको 12 lakhs पे slab rate नहीं लगाना. You have to apply the slab rate on the normal income. Special income पे special tax. दोनों का tax sum up होगा and total tax आएगा, उस पे cess लगेगा. Is the process clear? Students, एक बारी individual का slab rate, tax rate, surcharge वगैरह, if you will understand, for companies, for companies firm, it is a cakewalk. And specifically at your level, individual taxation is extremely important. So कहीं पे भी if there is any doubt, be the first one to ask without hesitation. Cess is not tax on tax. You can see cess is a charge on a small amount of tax. Rishabh, I think I've already answered it. Jalad, very good question. Just wait for the next class. It would be given to you. Don't worry. This is not Swachh Bharat cess. This is in health and education cess. So one more time, let's revise quickly. First step is, ek jagah start writing. The first step is compute the income. Secondly, divide the income on the special rate of income and normal income. Special rate of income and normal income. For total income is 12 lakh, usko divide kiya, 10 lakh is normal income, 2 lakh is special rate income. 10 lakh pe I will apply slab rates, which we saw in the previous class on how to apply. Okay, I will come to the tax of 10 lakh pe. Special rate, 10 lakh पे slab rate apply करती, which is this. 2 lakh पे I will apply special rate, which will be this. Total tax would come, on the total tax I will apply cess, which is 4% of the tax amount. 150 to 500 ka 4%. So total tax including cess, or the tax liability including cess, would be 150 to 500 plus 6100, which is 158,600. Up clear? No. कभी percentage ना tax rate question में दिया होगा, ना cess rate question में दिया होगा. You have to remember the tax rate and the cess rate. It goes to the department and then the cess is then utilized for health and education purposes. Yes, it is compulsory. No one can escape it. Clear? Sure. So now students, one thing, moving to the next part. So Indian tax है ना, वो senior citizens को they provide a lot of benefits. You will see that they are provided a lot of benefits. They are provided better better deductions. They are provided less tedious deductions they are provided, less compliances, restrictions, advance tax nahi hai. So you will see on and going forward, the senior citizens are provided a lot of benefit. They are actually provided a lot of benefits. So one such benefit for them is a lower slab rate, मतलब a lower slab rate or a higher basic exemption limit. जो this part होता है ना हमारा, on which the income, on which there is no tax at all, on which there is no tax at all, that is called the basic exemption limit. यहाँ पे 2,50,000 is my basic exemption limit, because up to that there is no tax, right? So this thing is called the basic exemption limit. Similarly, for the senior citizens, the basic exemption limit is a bit higher. So first you will ask, what is basic exemption limit, which is clear, the part of the income on which, or the slab part of the income on which there is no tax. Second, you will ask, well, who is senior citizen? First off, ये बताओ कि senior citizen होता क्या? So senior citizen is resident, specifically major part of the act में जहाँ पे भी senior citizen is mentioned, it is resident plus a person who is of the age of 60 years or more. Who's of the age of 60 years or more, number one. Number two, you will say, ma'am, 60 years कब हो रहा है वो? Previous year में or the assessment year? When he is attaining the previous year में age or in the assessment year? That so birthday तो calendar year के हिसाब से आता है, और तो in which time you are saying we have to see the 60 years of age? Assess income is earned in the previous year, assessed in the assessment year. So in which year would he be turning 60? So if in the previous year, if he turns 60, then he will be considered senior citizen for the entire year. Number one. What did I say? In the previous year, if he's turning 60, he would be considered senior citizen for the entire previous year. If he's turning 60 on, say, 30th of March 2023, then also he's a senior citizen for the entire previous year 22-23. Is it clear? Even on 31st March also. Now, interestingly, students, एक circular है. Circular are for clarifications 2016 का, which tells that even if your birthday falls on 1st April of the next financial year, then also you would be assumed that you have attained the 60 years of age in the previous year, in the preceding previous year itself. So for example, like specifically my mother's birthday is on 1st April 2020, 1st April. So if on 1st April 2023 she's turning 60 years of age, if on 1st April 2023 she's turning 60 years of age, so you will say कि मैम previous year 23-24 में she's attaining 60 years. So I'll say no, not in the previous year 23-24. Previous year 22-23 के लिए ही she is 60 years. And this is specifically by a clarification which has come in through the circular. Why so? Because you people assume that year starts from April to 31st March. So that is a particular year. So if I'm 1st April को turning 60, that means 60 मैंने complete कर लिया by 31st March. So that's why they give this benefit only for the person who are born on 1st April, not for 2nd April, 3rd April, no. Only for the person who is born on 1st April. They are assumed that immediately preceding financial year में they have become a senior citizen. ठीक है? This is a very important clarification, which was a long due and which came in. You can refer to it. It's there on the page number 1.38. ऐसे ही जैसे सीनियर सिटीजन का कॉन्सेप्ट है, वैसे ही सेम सुपर सीनियर सिटीजन का कॉन्सेप्ट भी है. नाउ व्हाट इज सुपर सीनियर सिटीजन? He is a person who is a resident and is of 80 years or more. And is of 80 years or more. So instead of 60, if he is 80 years or more, unke liye bhi there are benefits. Let's see. सबसे पहले age determine करना is clear. How to determine the age, is it clear? Humna, I'll definitely take it. Sixty also, 60 or more, 80 or more. So Mahima, it's for 60 or more or 80 or 4 or more. So Dimple, you can say कि if मेरा previous year में birthday fall हो रहा है for the entire previous year, I would be considered as 60. Also, if the previous year is if my birthday is on 1st April and I'm turning 60 on 1st April, then also for the previous year which has just ended, I will be considered for 60 years. And I would be senior citizen and I will get all the benefits for the senior citizen. There is no separate rate for women's. So special rate, students काफी incomes का different special rates है. I have just given one special rate for an example. You will see in the coming part what are the special rates for special types of income. (1.38) पे एक clarification है circular dated 28/2016. You can get it from there. Pranav, please, whatever is the topic, please stick to that. Otherwise, it would be a confusion for you also and for the students also if I take such doubts. Okay, so benefit kya hai? What is the benefit for the senior citizens? Let's come to that. So do not see this example. Pehle, let's see what is the benefit. So the benefit here is जहाँ पे मेरा slab होता था, otherwise for 0 to 2,50,000 nil. That means 2,50,000 tak income pe there was no tax. Here it is 0 to 3 lakh ki income pe there would be no tax. So in short 50,000 ka और benefit दे दिया income पे. So 0 to 3 lakh का income पे there would be no tax. 3 lakh से ऊपर up to 5 lakh income same slab goes 5%. 5 lakh के ऊपर up to 10 lakh 20%. And 10 lakh plus pay 30%. So the slab rates are same, but the basic exemption limit has been increased to 3 lakh. So can I say for senior citizens, resident senior citizen, not only use the word senior citizen, always use the word resident senior citizen. The slab rate, the basic exemption limit is increased from 2,50,000 to 3 lakhs. Otherwise, all the things go same. So if I have to compute the tax on 8,80,000 for a senior citizen, what would be the tax rate for 8,80,000 for a senior citizen? What would be the tax for the senior citizen having an income of 8,80,000? Quickly. 86,000. Very good. And which says 89440. Rohit, not 91. Alok, wrong. Sorry. Krishna, wrong. Pranav, good. Gomti, no. Good, good. Very good. Rushabh, Shreyashi, no. Saurabh, no. सौरभ जब अभी जो चीज का वर्ड मैंने यूज ही नहीं किया, व्हाई यू आर पुशिंग दिस कॉन्सेप्ट फॉरवर्ड? So 86,000 is the correct answer. How? On the first 3 lakh, there is no tax. Then on the next 3 lakh to 5 lakh, which is on 2 lakh income, there is 10,000. 10,000, and then on the next 3 lakh 80,000, it would be 20%. Total comes to 86,000, 10,000 plus 76,000, 86,000. Uspe cess लगाओगे 3440. So total would be 89440. Okay. And now quickly, if I calculate स्पेशल रेट वाले कॉन्सेप्ट से यहाँ पे, so let's calculate special rate वाले concept से. I am a senior citizen, resident senior citizen, having total income of 12 lakhs, out of which 2 lakhs का income is there, on which 20% would be special rate. So how would be my total tax liability computed? 10 lakh pay slab rates and 2 lakh pay 20%. Total tax would come. So 10 lakh पे slab rate करूंगी, so answer would be 1,10,000. 2 lakh पे 20%, 40,000. Total tax would be 1,50,000. And if I apply my cess, it would come to 156,000. Clear? Next is my super senior citizens. Super senior citizens, same concept. Instead of 60, now they are the super ones. So they are 80 years of age or above. 80 years of age or above. Ma'am, 80 years of age, yes. So same concept, 80 years dekhna hai. If they are turning 80 years in the financial year or the previous year, at any time in the previous year, they would be considered as super senior citizen for the entire year. Number one, or if they're turning 80 years on the 1st April of the immediately next financial year, they would be considered as super senior citizen for the preceding financial year itself, for because they would be assumed that they have turned 80 years on just the immediate date. Or just the preceding date. So super senior citizen में क्या benefit है? The slab rate or the basic exemption limit is bit higher. Ma'am, what is the basic exemption limit? अभी तक what was the basic exemption limit? 2,50,000 for normal individual, 3 lakhs for resident senior citizens, and now it is 5 lakh for resident super senior citizens. So it's now up to 5 lakh there would be no tax. 5 lakh and above 20%, and 10 lakh and above 30%. So 5% वाला slab rate ही चला गया. So 0 to 5 nil, 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20%, 10 lakh and above 30%. Okay. Now with the same concept, compute 10 lakh के ऊपर compute the tax on 12 lakh of income, on which 10 lakh is a normal income, 2 lakhs is a special tax rate income, and the person in question is a resident super senior citizen. Compute the tax quickly. Answer is given to you, but I want it with cess. Very good. I think everyone has given it right. I don't know whether it was on screen that you did it or whether you did it correctly. So first one to give it right was Shreyoshi. Very good, Shreyoshi. Sujal, no. Uh, Partha Sarthi, no. The answer is not correct. So the correct answer is 1,40,000, and on that says 5,600. This is for resident super senior citizen. Clear? Now let's go to the new concept altogether. Surcharge. Ma'am, what is this surcharge? Now, surcharge क्या है? I will tell you a bit history. Now, if I take myself back to 7-8 years, yeah, almost. So, income tax was one direct tax, and one direct tax was wealth tax. So, the government had a concept, and this is not only in India. There is a concept otherwise also, that if you are wealthy, you are earning good, you should contribute more, right? This happens in donations also. This happens in terms of tax also. So earlier, what used to happen 8 years back, 8-9 years back, there was a concept called wealth tax. क्या होता था for people with good wealth? One, so they had to give income tax. Okay, what is as per the slab rates and cess. And another thing, they had to give wealth tax during the year. How much wealth you have, uska 1.2% they had to give. Okay, so they used to compute the wealth of the person, properties, jewelry, cash, bonds, all of these stuff. And us wealth pe they used to give tax. हमारे पास इतना है. But this was abolished somewhere in 2013-14, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so this was abolished, and the concept of surcharge came in. That if you're earning good, if you're earning a very handsome amount during the year, you have to pay income tax, you have to pay surcharge on that income tax, and then you have to pay cess and then compute the final tax liability. So this surcharge is not for everyone, but only for the people who are earning a handsome amount. So the story behind surcharge is clear. So wealth tax ko hata ke they brought the concept of surcharge. Now, I told you step 1 is to compute the taxable income. Step 2 is to divide that taxable income into normal tax rates and special tax rate. Step 3, normal tax rate pe calculate the tax. Special tax income pe calculate the tax. Normal income pe calculate the normal tax. Special income pe calculate the special tax. You will come to total tax. Then I told you health and education cess. But now take a break. Third step would be to compute surcharge and bada if applicable. If applicable, not for everyone, but only for large income group. So if applicable, you have to add surcharge. On surcharge, what is surcharge? Surcharge is actually tax on tax. Then whatever the amount comes, please write it if you want to. On tax plus surcharge, whatever the amount is coming, on that amount, calculate the cess, add that cess, so add tax plus surcharge plus cess, you will get the total tax. रट्टा नहीं करना, practice करते रहोगे, automatically आ जाएगा. ठीक है? Now let's see here. Now, what is the surcharge amount? What is the surcharge rate? Surcharge rate for individual are of 4 parts. One is, if you have an income Net taxable income I'm talking about, which is the final income, which is this, not the normal income, not the special rate income, total income of more than 50 lakhs. Not up to 50 lakhs पे नहीं लगेगा if you have an income of more than 50 lakhs. The income is of more than 50 lakhs, but the income is not more than 1 crore. So it is more than 50, but it is up to 1 crore. Then the tax surcharge rate is 10%. If the income is more than 1 crore, but is up to 2 crore, the surcharge rate is 15%. If the income is more than 2 crore, but is up to 5 crore, the surcharge rate is 25%. If the income is more than 5 crore, then the surcharge rate is 37%. So there are 4 surcharge rates. These are not slab. Please don't take it as slab. Slab में क्या होता है 50 to 1 पे इतना फिर 1 to no. This is one rate which you have to identify कि 10 है, 15 है, 25 है या 37 है. So is it 10, 15 or 25 or 37? How will you identify the rate? Based on the income which you have. What income? The total taxable income. So if my total taxable income is 2 crore, it's say 1 crore 80 lakhs. So on the tax amount, 15% surcharge would be there. If my total income is 2 crore 30 lakhs, then it would be 25%. If my income amount is 58 lakhs, the surcharge would be 10% on the tax amount. If my income is 45 lakhs, there would be no surcharge. Because I'm not a wealthy person for the income tax, I do not have to give surcharge. So only the wealthy people would go if, and the triggering point is more than 50 lakhs. Then you have to see 50 lakhs है to 1 crore है या 1 crore से 2 crore है 2 crore से 5 crore है या 5 crore से ज़्यादा. ठीक है. Income is 4 crore 80 lakhs, 25% surcharge. Income is 10 crore, 37% surcharge. Income is 30 lakhs, no surcharge. ठीक है. Ma'am, how to calculate it? Obviously, see, there's an example given here. Normal income, my total income is 56 lakhs. Normal income is 54 lakh. Special rate income is 2 lakh. Okay, 54 lakhs pay, calculate as per slab rate, you will come to 14 lakh 32,500. 2 lakh pay, special rate 20% के हिसाब से, total tax come to 14 lakh 72,500. So 54 lakhs to 14 lakh 72,500 is the tax which you are giving. Now, since the income is more than 50 lakhs, there is surcharge. There is surcharge. What is the surcharge, ma'am? 50 lakhs से ज़्यादा income है, 1 crore से ऊपर है नहीं. So surcharge rate is 10%. 10% of what? 10% of tax. So 14 lakh 72,500 का 10%, 147,250. So total tax the surcharge कितना हो गया मेरा? 16,19,750. इस पे I will apply cess. इस पे I will apply cess 4%. So total tax liability including surcharge and cess is now 16,84,540. So on an income of 56 lakhs, you are paying the tax about 16,84,540. With all tax, with cess, with surcharge. So step by step चलेंगे, total income निकालेंगे, income को divide करेंगे normal tax income, special tax income. Special tax income पे special rate, normal tax income पे slab rates. Total tax निकलेगा, उस पे surcharge if applicable. That means if this taxable income, not the normal income, if this total taxable income is more than these lakhs, surcharge would be applicable on what? On the tax amount. Tax plus surcharge amount पे you will apply cess and you will come to total tax. Now quickly do it. For I have given it, but please be honest to yourself and quickly calculate the tax amount on total income of 1 crore 22 lakhs, where 2 lakhs, in which 2 lakhs is of special income taxed at 20%. Honestly solve karna, please. हर्षित, मैं ऐसा करती हूँ, मैं सारा टैक्स आज पूरा इनकम समझा देती हूँ, राइट? है ना? थोड़ा सा तो वेट करो, आज सेकंड क्लास में यू पीपल आर आस्किंग मी क्वेश्चन लाइक कैपिटल गेन का टैक्स समझा दो, रेजिडेंट सीनियर सिटीजन क्या होते हैं, हाउ डू यू कैलकुलेट। स्टूडेंट्स वेट, स्टेप बाय स्टेप चलेंगे। कुछ टर्म्स ऐसे होंगे विच यू हैव टू सी एंड गो थ्रू, बिकॉज यू नो दीज टर्म्स वुड बी गिवन इन डिटेल इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास। अभी जितना है उस पे फोकस करो, एंड इफ यू नो ऑल द कॉन्सेप्ट विच हैव बीन टॉट टिल नाउ, वेरी गुड, प्रैक्टिस इट। Calculate the tax on the income of 1 crore 22 lakhs, where 2 lakhs is, which is included in this 1 crore 22 lakhs, is a special income tax at 20%. Ganesh, for checking the surcharge, the entire income has to be taken, not only the special income. 20% pay, Baba, 2 lakh pay 20%. This is the question here. ये वाले इनकम का मैंने आपको सब कैलकुलेट करके दे दी है, बट आई वांट यू टू कैलकुलेट इट योरसेल्फ। नॉर्मल पर्सन है, अनटिल एंड अनलेस स्टूडेंट स्पेसिफिकली क्वेश्चन में मेंशन नहीं होगा कि दैट पर्सन इज अ सीनियर सिटीजन और अ सुपर सीनियर सिटीजन, always apply the tax rates applicable to general individual and give an assumption that we assume that so and so person is not a senior citizen or a super senior citizen. Okay, never automatically apply the tax slab rates of super senior citizen or a senior citizen. So प्रणव, कहाँ पे इशू आया है? 1 crore 20 lakhs पे 341 to 500 तो स्लैब रेट से आएगा नॉर्मल, which is 1 crore 10 lakh पे 30% plus 1 lakh 12,500. वेरी गुड प्रणव, वेरी गुड। तो सबका आंसर आ गया? If the income is 1 crore 20 lakh, surcharge would be 15%. महिमा, गायत्री, कहाँ पे confusion है? Please tell. Yes, Ashwin, see, these are all compulsory things. And why I told you the story about wealth tax, because you have to understand that why surcharge came into picture. अभी आप रेजिडेंट सीनियर सिटीजन्स के हिसाब से चलिए दिनेश, प्लीज वेट फॉर अदर थिंग्स टू अनफोल्ड। मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रहा कि व्हाई आर यू आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस फॉर द टॉपिक व्हिच आर नॉट इवन टच्ड। Yoshi, just wait, it would be done. Surcharge on an income of 1 crore 22 lakhs would be 15%. These surcharge are not slab rates. You just have to pick one rate applicable based on the income you have, total income you have. यहाँ पे मैंने स्लैब पे बड़ा बड़ा क्रॉस लगाया है. तो अभी सरचार्ज में भी ना एक ट्विस्ट है which is still pending, which I will come to it sooner. Surcharge rate का capping. There's a capping on surcharge rate, but abhi I do not want it to make it halwa. I hope surcharge rate part is clear. ठीक है. Now 1 second. किसी को कोई डाउट सरचार्ज निकालना आ गया? वेरी गुड. अरे बाबा ज्योति कमिंग. अभी मैं कह रही हूँ इफ यू विल अंडरस्टैंड इंडिविजुअल HUF, AOP, BOI, कंपनीज एंड फर्म्स आर लाइक केक वॉक. इजिली हो जाएगा विदिन 10 minutes हार्डली. सो इसलिए द फोकस इज ऑलवेज टू कैलकुलेट टैक्स फॉर इंडिविजुअल्स फर्स्ट. Total income means total income including special rate income and normal income. Oh, Harsh, I did not understand your question. Please write it clearly. So wealth tax vinayak was a separate tax which a person had to file. Separate income file hota tha. But now it is no more there. It is an old thing. Okay, so back to screen everyone. फटाफट टैक्सेबल इनकम को डिवाइड करेंगे नॉर्मल स्पेशल पे, नॉर्मल पे टैक्स, स्पेशल पे टैक्स. टोटल टैक्स कम्स. टोटल टैक्स पे सरचार्ज वुड बी एप्लीकेबल बेस्ड ऑन द टोटल टैक्सेबल इनकम. ठीक है. सरचार्ज रेट यू विल पिक अप फ्रॉम हियर विच रेट यू हैव टू चूज, 10, 15, 25 और 30. ठीक है. उस सरचार्ज पे सरचार्ज टैक्स surcharge would be applicable on the tax amount. Tax pay, calculate the surcharge. Tax plus surcharge pay, calculate the cess. Total tax plus surcharge plus cess is equal to my total tax. Clear? Very good. Now एक problem हो गई. क्या problem हुई? So problem क्या मैं बताती हूँ. क्या हुआ? एक पर्सन था मिस्टर एक्स, उनका 51 लाख का इनकम हुआ. ठीक है. फॉर नॉट फॉरगेट स्पेशल रेट फॉर सम टाइम. ओके. 51 लाख का नॉर्मल इनकम हुआ. सो देयर वाज अ पर्सन हु वाज मिस्टर एक्स हु हैड एन इनकम ऑफ 51 लाख. Who had an income of 51 lakh. Now what problem happened? Now this person who had an income of 51 lakh, उन्होंने बैठ के टैक्स निकाला. कैसे? 51 लाख पे स्लैब रेट्स के हिसाब से दिस टैक्स विल कम 13,42,500. ओके. और उस पे सरचार्ज लगाया बिकॉज द इनकम इज मोर देन 50 लाख, सो सरचार्ज वुड बी एट रेट ऑफ 10%. सो 1,34,250 सरचार्ज हो गया. ठीक है. सो टोटल टैक्स केम टू 14,76,750. 51 lakh came to it. Okay. Now, on the other hand, he saw, 1 second, agar mera this income would have been 50 lakhs. If my this income would have been 50 lakhs, us pe tax would have been, as per slab rate, 13,12,500, right? There would have been no surcharge because surcharge is only when the income is 50 lakh and above. Even if 1,000 rupees se bit is above, surcharge would be there. But up to 50 lakhs, there is no surcharge. So he sees the total tax liability comes then as 13,12,500. And we have not added the cess, just comparing it after the surcharge date. So what is the surprising thing, students? Did you notice here? My income is increasing by 1 lakh only. 50 से 51 इनकम कितने से बढ़ रहे हैं? हार्डली बाय 1 लाख. But the tax is increasing by, if I see this wala part, tax is increasing by 1,64,250. Surprising thing है या नहीं है? इनकम खाली 1 लाख से बढ़ा, बट टैक्स 1,64,250 से बढ़ गया. मतलब 50, अगर मैं सपोज करो, if I'm talking about my income got increased hardly by 1 lakh, but my tax increased by 1,64,250. Isn't this shocking? Right? Now suppose I'm earning 5 lakhs today and then I'm earning 6 lakhs tomorrow. So 1 lakh के difference पे maximum से maximum I assume 20%, 30%. But here income के भी 100% से भी ज़्यादा the tax amount is coming. The difference का अगर 100% से भी ज़्यादा if I tax 1 lakh पे भी अगर मैं 100% tax भी लगा दूँ, तब also the tax increment is more than that. Do you agree or not? Look at the screen once and see what is the difference is coming and why the difference is coming. Income increasing by how much amount? Hardly 1 lakh. Tax after surcharge increasing by 1,64,250. So this is an absurd situation to sum up, right? So the government came up with the concept of a thing called marginal relief. Now you will say, ma'am, what is marginal relief? Marginal means thoda sa relief. Marginal relief, marginal costing. No, ये सब नहीं. कुछ उससे लेना देना नहीं है. This is a general marginal relief given on the tax which increases shockingly by a shockingly margin than the income. Income is increasing by 1 lakh, tax is increasing by more than 100%. Right? So in that case, there comes the concept of marginal relief, which says that the additional tax on the additional income which is happening cannot be more than the income itself. Matlab, the additional tax which I'll be paying on 50 lakhs or on the income more than rupees 50 lakhs cannot be more than the additional income. So they say the maximum, please listen carefully. Now this is where the concept of marginal relief comes. They say the additional tax which I should pay on this additional income cannot be more than the income itself. So that means the additional tax would be cannot be more than 1 lakh. So the total tax would be 14,12,500. So the additional tax which I would be paying on the additional income cannot be more than the 100% of the income. So maximum tax which you can apply or take from me is the additional income itself. यानी मैं 100% income को भी tax कर दूँ, 100% tax rate भी लगा दूँ, और if I take 100% tax rate on the additional income, उससे ज़्यादा I cannot say take. So by 1 lakh, the income which is increasing, the tax can also be increased by maximum 1 lakh, not more than that. Not more than that. So tax is increased by maximum 1 lakh, which comes to 14,1200. Uspe I will apply cess of 4%, and total tax would come to 14,69,000. So can I say my marginal relief here is 64,250? Can I say my marginal relief here is 64,250, which is the excess amount over the 100% tax on the income? Now, this situation will arise only when your income is marginally increasing. Like 50 से 51 हुआ, 51 point something. अगर 50 से 60 होगा, marginal relief का concept नहीं आएगा. Marginal relief concept would only come when your income increases marginally above or marginally over the limit where the surcharge is applicable. So see again, एक बार I'll explain it again. You will understand. Just 1 second. Ashwin, I did not understand your question. आप एक बार एग्जाम्पल से पूछो. So for everyone, एक बार स्क्रीन पे please. Income आपका increase हुआ 1 lakh से. The income got increased by 1 lakh. The tax got increased by 1,64,250. The government says by giving the concept of marginal relief, they're giving you a relief of the tax which is even more than 100% of the additional income. Which is even more than 100% of the additional income. उस additional tax पे आपको relief मिल जाता है. So 64,250 पे you get the relief. And your total tax would be, you will tax the additional income 100%, जो मैंने 100% इस पे tax लगा दिया, on the total income of 50 lakh, जितना भी additional income है उस पे 100% tax लगा दिया, 40,12,500 would be my new tax, and इस पे I will apply the cess. So the marginal relief concept says, now let's read it line by line. I will read it line by line and you will get it. Where is marginal relief? Yeah. Yeah. The purpose of marginal relief is to ensure that the increase in amount of tax payable, including surcharge, due to increase in total income of an assessee beyond the prescribed limit should not exceed the amount of increase in total income. So the tax amount ka increase cannot be increase of total income. So the maximum increase allowed in this case would be 1 lakh. So the extra amount ka tax aa raha, that would be my marginal relief. So if the question asks you, MCQ comes, what is the marginal relief? So that marginal relief answer would be 64,250. Because utna tax ka aapko relief mil gaya, they are not taking it from you. What is the tax amount? You will calculate the tax on 50 lakhs. You will calculate the tax on 100% of the additional income. That total of that would be your tax amount. Uspe now you will apply the cess only. Clear? Sure? So Ashwin says in case of 1 crore surcharge कितना लगेगा? 10%. 1 crore above 15%. 50 lakhs है तो कोई surcharge नहीं. Okay Ashwin? Yes, 1 crore 1 lakh पे भी marginal relief applicable होगा. That is your homework. उस केस में what will you do? Student, please mark this as your homework. 1 crore 1 lakh पे you have to calculate the marginal relief. उस पे interesting part would be 1 crore पे you will calculate the marginal, you will calculate the tax. 1 crore 1 lakh पे you will calculate the tax. ठीक है, इस पे you will calculate the tax plus surcharge. यहाँ पे surcharge would be 15% and यहाँ पे surcharge would be 10%. Calculate income ka difference, which would be 1 lakh. Calculate tax plus surcharge ka difference in both the cases, and the maximum tax which you can get it from the person in excluding cess would be the tax on 1 crore plus the additional income. Okay. जो भी extra amount होगा, that would be your relief. Honestly, when I was inter student, मेरे को marginal relief का concept towards the end of inter समझ आया था. So if you are understanding it, I am very happy. If you are not understanding it, practice 2-3 questions. You will definitely understand it. And तब भी नहीं आया, I am here in the next class to take it again. Okay. बट ये सिर्फ तभी होगा when the income is increasing marginally. 54 lakh का income है, 53 lakh का income है, नहीं. So 51 lakh something amount तक और 50,000 तक है, I think. उतने पे ही you have to calculate the marginal relief. Okay, Komal. So I hope, Komla, you will practice it and you will get the answer. ठीक है, so we'll quickly take 5-6 minutes break and उसके बाद we'll come to surcharge rate का कुछ exception which I will tell you, surcharge special वाला, ठीक है, and then we will proceed to the other tax rates, and then our ma'am from the ICI Board of Studies would be joining. Aparna ma'am would be joining around 9:95, and she will be telling you about the entire income tax rate, how the things would come, what you have to take care of. So you can ask the questions from her also. Okay. Okay. So see you all in next 5-10 minutes. So welcome back, students. I hope everyone had a break, got something to refresh. थोड़ा सा please stay hydrated and do eat well, huh? So now back to the topic. 1 second, this is hang. Okay. अभी तक we have discussed what? We first discussed tax rates, then we discussed special tax. अगर special income होगा उस पे कैसे, how do we have to calculate the tax, how do we have to segregate the income between normal income and special rate income. It's not necessary the special rate would be 20% always. There can be multiple special rates, multiple types of special income, सबको separate and normal income को separate. Total tax निकाला सब पे, total tax. If the total taxable income is less than 50 lakhs, just add the cess and the story of calculating the taxes over. But if the total taxable income is more than 50 lakhs or is up to 1 crore, then add the surcharge of 10% on the tax amount. If it is more than 1 crore but is up to 2 crore, add the surcharge of 15%. If it is more than 2 crores but it's up to 5 crores, add the surcharge of 25%. If it is more than 5 crores, add the surcharge of 37%. Okay, so this is how you have to do it. तो काफी लोग मुझसे पूछते हैं मैम 115 BAC क्या है? 115 BAC क्या है स्टूडेंट? 115 BAC 2-3 साल पहले the concept came. This is a new tax regime. New tax regime है. अभी तक the slab rates which you saw is 0 to 2,50,000, 2,50,000 to 5 to 10 and above, right? But इसमें 6-7 slab rates है, which makes the tax rate less comparatively. The tax rate less comparatively, but this इसका detail would be covered in your chapter 8 of module 3. When is it is applicable? Who can take the benefit of it? What are the benefits which you have to forego to take the tax benefit? All of these would be covered in the chapter 8. But the tax regime which we discussed is the old tax regime. It's the most common tax regime. New tax regime is just 2-3 years old. It is there in place under section 115 BAC, but there are certain restrictions to it, which you will study in detail in chapter 8. So one of my friends kept asking Ashwin Zambre saying कि ma'am surcharge amount is more than 2 lakhs तो उसमें क्या होगा? No, surcharge amount नहीं. You will calculate income का difference देखो, surcharge का difference देखो. See 51 lakhs पे marginal relief का concept है, 54 lakhs पे marginal relief का concept नहीं है. You know why? Because 50 से 54 लाख पे 4 लाख के इनकम इंक्रीज हो रहा है एंड टैक्स 4 लाख से कम इंक्रीज हो रहा है. व्हेन यू विल कंपेयर इट, इफ यू विल कंपेयर आफ्टर द क्लास, यू सी 50 लाख पे इनकम पे whatever tax is coming, 54 lakh के इनकम पे whatever tax is coming, including surcharge in both the cases if any. So you will see the tax is not getting increased by more than 100% of the increase in the difference of income. So in that case, marginal relief will not come. Marginal relief only will come when the tax is getting increased by more than 100% of the increase in the difference of the income. Then only marginal relief would be coming, and relief would be the amount which is more than 100% of the difference of income. As simple as that. Okay? Okay, Ashwin? So instead of taking hypothetical situation, see the actual tax. See 52 lakhs पे भी शायद marginal relief मिला, 51,50,000 पे लगेगा. So the marginal relief concept will vanish once your additional tax amount is less than the additional income amount. Okay. So now quickly in next 10 minutes, I want you to understand one thing more crucial. So please everyone on the screen. बाबा दिनेश, मार्जिनल रिलीफ इनकम लेस देन 50 lakhs पे कैसे आएगा जब सरचार्ज का ही कॉन्सेप्ट है? मार्जिनल रिलीफ इज अ रिलीफ ऑन सरचार्ज व्हिच इज कमिंग, राइट? सो सरचार्ज ही एप्लीकेबल नहीं होता दिनेश, सो मार्जिनल रिलीफ कैसे एप्लीकेबल होगा? Very good, Harsh. Very good. Okay. So now a big surcharge से related, I'm telling you one more very interesting concept. See, concept का पीछे always there is a story. What is the story that we need to identify? ठीक है? कुछ भी चीज without reason नहीं है. Everything has a reason. Individual HUF इतना बड़ा चीज है. You get it. I'm telling you again and again. Company or firms, very easy, extremely easy. कोई स्लैब रेट्स नहीं है, फ्लैट रेट्स है, कोई सरचार्ज के मल्टीपल रेट्स नहीं है. सिंपल, वेरी सिंपल. Okay. So everyone on the screen, please. ना एक प्रॉब्लम हुआ ये सरचार्ज की ना. पहले दे वर 2 days 10 and 15. ठीक है, बट गवर्नमेंट wanted more surcharge, more surcharge, more surcharge. So they introduced more rate, 25% and 37%. And 37% is a huge amount of surcharge. It is not a small amount of surcharge. It is a huge amount of surcharge. Okay? So in a way, if you are paying tax on 30 surcharge of 37%, or around 40-45% of your income gets taxed. So it's a huge amount, right? And it was a huge downfall for many people. So what happened was, I'll write it here. So earlier there were only two surcharges, 10% and 15%. But the moment government had reduced the more surcharge rate of 25% and 37% on an income above 2 crore, but up to 5 crore, or on an income more than 5 crore, 37%, there was a huge market letdown. Because whenever you invite people to invest in India, you invite them by saying we have attractive rates. We have attractive rates, we have attractive offerings to you. That's why they invest in India. Right. So why people started investing in India? Because India made capital gain. Whenever you make investment, whenever you sell it, there would be a capital gain. Capital gain was at a very attractive rate. So capital gain, which is your fourth head of income, which you will study when, are of two types: long term and short term. Please everyone focus on the screen. Long term and short term. Long term capital gain is in India is again majorly taxed at 20%. And which is under section 112, and another long-term capital gain is taxed under 112A, which is at the rate of 10% after 1 lakh exemption. Okay, this is for listed equity capital. If you abhi just take an overview, holistic view. Okay, and this is for all long-term capital gain, 20%. Short-term capital gain is generally taxed at slab rates. But listed equity gains जो होते हैं short term are taxed at the rate of 15%. So you see the market को कितना attractive बनाया, hardly taking 10% or 15% tax from them so that they can invest in India, right? But the moment you applied such higher surcharge rate, they got backfired. They were saying, what is the point of giving us attractive rates? We're not investing in Indian markets. The tax rates are too high on selling on selling the asset. We cannot take it. So government said, what we will do, we will cap the surcharge. Cap the surcharge. Matlab, we will not take surcharge of more than 15%. We will not take surcharge of more than 15% on such incomes. On such income means जहाँ पे special rate लग रहा है. Not all special rate income, but only income like dividend, which is again market related income, which is taxable, on capital gains of special rate, which is this 20% wala, this 10% wala, and this 15% wala. ठीक है, इस पे we will cap the surcharge. We will not take surcharge more than 15% from you. So in that case, we will not take surcharge more than 15% from you. Now, are you satisfied? वैसे surcharge it is 25% and 30% of the income is more than 2 crore, 5 crore. But if the income is of such special rate nature, we will not take more than 50% from you. 15% from you of the surcharge. Surcharge का भी capping हो गया अब यहाँ पे. So ma'am, example. Let's take it example by example. There is example on page 4.2 also, which you can refer to as homework, but I'll take it यहाँ पे. Okay. So my normal income, अभी यहाँ पे surcharge का discussion हो रहा है. Okay. Tax का discussion नहीं हो रहा. My normal income and my special income under like dividend, STCG under section 11A, which is 15% wala. LTCG 20% wala. Suppose, okay, and एक LTCG 10% wala, which is under section 112A. कोई confusion नहीं है मैम, ये sections क्या है? No worries. धीरे धीरे we will get to hold of it everything. अभी you remember ये special rates वाला income है plus dividend income है. ठीक है? And here is my total income. So suppose my normal income is 15 lakhs. My dividend income, or say, let's pick any one income from it. Let's pick this one income. Okay? My LTCG income is 10 lakhs. Total income is 35 lakhs. 15 lakhs पे slab rate, 10 lakhs पे 20%. 35 lakhs surcharge आएगा? No, because income is less than 50 lakhs. No surcharge. Okay? Now, this is all in lakhs. My normal income is 40 lakhs. My dividend income is, or say my LTCG income is 20 lakhs. Total income कितना हो गया? 60 lakhs. 40 lakhs पे slab rate, 20 lakhs पे 20%, 60 lakhs पे जो फिर total tax आएगा, उस पे how much surcharge you will apply? How much surcharge you will apply? 10%, because the total income is more than 60 lakhs, so 10%. Simple. ठीक है? Now next. Normal income 80 lakhs. This special rate income 40 lakhs. Total income is 1 crore 20 lakhs. How much surcharge would be here? 15%. ठीक है? 80 lakhs पे normal tax, 40 lakhs पे 20%. Total tax निकालोगे इस पे 15%. कोई issue? No issue. Normal income 210 lakhs, which is 2 crores. No special rate income. ठीक है? 210 lakhs total income आ गया. इस पे slab rate लगेगा और surcharge कितना लगेगा? 25%. कोई doubt? Because income is more than 2 crore. Correct? अब यहां से twist आएगा. ध्यान से सुनो. Normal income 1 crore 50 lakhs. Special rate income of 20% 60 lakhs. ठीक है? 2 crore 10 lakhs हो गया अभी. अब you will say कि मैम surcharge would be applicable at 25% because income is more than 2 crore. आपने तो ये समझाया था. But अब मैंने ये भी समझाया कि इस वाला income पे surcharge cannot be more than 15%. So 60 lakhs पे जो टैक्स निकलेगा at the rate of 20%, उस पे कितना सरचार्ज लगेगा? LTCG वाले इनकम पे 15%. कितना लगेगा? 15%. Even if it is 60 और आप बोलो मैम 60 पे तो 10% सरचार्ज है. No. Consider कि you have reached in a bracket of 2 crore 10 lakhs. आपका income is 2 crore 10 lakhs, but the maximum surcharge on 60 lakhs would be 15%. So you will say कि मैम 1 crore 50 lakhs पे now the max surcharge would be 25% because total income is more than 2 crores. I will say no. इस पे भी 1 crore 50 lakhs पे भी the maximum surcharge would be 15%. The maximum surcharge would be 15%. Clear? So 1 crore 50 lakhs पे भी maximum surcharge would be 15% because दोनों मिला के even if they are crossing 2 crores, but इस पे so there is capping number one, and the normal income, which is a normal slab income, is not crossing 2 crore. So why should I pay higher surcharge? The normal income, excluding the special rate income, is not crossing 2 crore. So why should I pay surcharge of higher rate? So इसलिए 15%. But now on the contrary, this example is very important. Now this example would be more important. This is 2 crore 30 lakhs and this is 60 lakhs. Total income comes to 2 crore 90 lakhs. Now यहाँ पे students focus. Surcharge rate क्या होगा? LTCG वाला ये जो 60 lakhs है इस पे तो 20% tax and उस पे 15% surcharge, because यहाँ पे तो they have fixed rate कि इस special rate वाले income पे 15% से ज़्यादा surcharge नहीं होगा. On this special rate of income 15% से ज़्यादा surcharge would not be applicable. Okay, more than 15% surcharge would not be applicable. So this is 15. And on this other income, now the surcharge would be on 2.3 crore would be 25%, because now even after excluding the special rate income, the other income or the normal income is more than 2 crore, इसलिए higher surcharge आ गया. यहाँ पे exclude, even if my total income was more than 2 crore, but excluding the special rate income, it was less than 2 crore, इसलिए मैंने 15% लगाया. Okay, is it clear? You can note this down. You will take 2 minutes to absorb it. Question करोगे as homework, do the entire table, which is on 1.44. You will get it for sure, but clear the concept. The important part is clear the concept. Take your time. Jyoti, I'm sorry, but I'm restricted to do it. ये surcharge restrictions है. Okay, so Jyoti, quickly for you and everyone, there are surcharge restrictions which are applicable on only this category of income, not on every income. Not on every income, but only on this particular category of income, जो कि LTCG, dividend, STCG. And the reason is कि Indian markets को attractive बनाने के लिए they did it कि उन्होंने surcharge 25 और 37% वाला applicable ही नहीं किया इस income पे. अब यहाँ पे जब भी आपकी income 2 करोड़ से ज्यादा जाएगा, whenever your income crosses 2 करोड़, तो आपको एक चीज तो ध्यान रखना है कि इस पे मैक्सिमम सरचार्ज 15% लगेगा. इवन इफ ये 50 लाख से कम है, वो कोई मैटर नहीं करता. टोटल इनकम 2 करोड़ से ऊपर हुई तो सरचार्ज तो लगेगा. इनकम इज मोर देन 2 करोड़, दैट मींस सरचार्ज वुड बी एप्लीकेबल. इवन इफ इंडिविजुअली दिस इज 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, does not matter, but the maximum surcharge would be applicable is 15%. इवन ये 10 लाख है, 15 लाख है, 20 लाख है, मैटर नहीं करता. इनकम 2 करोड़ के ऊपर है, सरचार्ज तो आएगा. कितना आएगा? 15% आएगा मैक्सिमम, और इस पे भी कितना आएगा 15% मैक्सिमम, इवन इफ द टोटल इनकम इज मोर देन 2 करोड़, बट ये अमाउंट एक्सक्लूडिंग द स्पेशल टैक्स रेट इनकम इज लेस देन 2 करोड़, तो इसलिए सिर्फ 15% आएगा। यहाँ पे ऑन द सेकेंड एग्जाम्पल दिस वॉज मोर देन 2 करोड़, इसलिए 2.3 करोड़ पे 25% टैक्स लगा और 60 लाख पे 25% सरचार्ज लगा और 60 लाख पे 15% सरचार्ज लगा। गॉट इट? राखी, क्लियर? वेरी गुड। थोड़ा सा एक बार ही टाइम दोगे, क्लास के बाद फिर से देखोगे, प्रॉमिस समझ आएगा। इतने सारे एग्जांपल्स हैं बुक में, आराम से इट वुड बी क्लियर। महिमा, इज इट क्लियर नाउ? गुड। एसटीसीजी एलटीसीजी एकदम वैलिड क्वेश्चन है। एसटीसीजी होता है लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल, एसटीसीजी होता है शॉर्ट टर्म कैपिटल गेन, एलटीसीजी होता है लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल गेन। सब that's why remember I told you in the last class also, abhi understand it, do all the heads and come back again to this concept and you will do it like a pro. In this, in a blink of an eye you will solve the question, so do not worry. ठीक है, अब एक और concept before we proceed. ये अभी तक तो हम देख रहे थे ऑन दी एडिशन व्हिच यू मेक टू द टैक्स, एडिशन ऑफ सरचार्ज, सेस, राइट? नाउ एक थोड़ा सा लेट्स गो टू एन इजी कॉन्सेप्ट कॉल्ड रिबेट अंडर सेक्शन 87A. So this is a concept of rebate which is there only and only for the individual resident. This is not for HUF, this is not for AOP, this is not for non-residents, this is only for individual who are resident. Number one. Number two, what is this concept? They say if your net total income or the net taxable income is up to 5 lakhs, then you will get a tax rebate. Rebate क्या होगा? छूट of up to 100% or 12,500, whichever is lower. But this is only allowed when the income is up to 5 lakhs. This is only allowed if the income is up to 5 lakhs, not on the income more than 5 lakhs. Income is 5 lakh 1,000, rebate ka concept would not be there. So let's do it quickly. So my friend Mohan has an income of 4,30,000. ठीक है, how much he is an individual resident, ये senior citizen को भी मिलता है, ऐसा नहीं है, सबको मिलता है, okay? He is an individual resident, non-senior citizen. How much would be the tax amount? Up to 2,50,000, no tax. 4,30,000 से 2,50,000, 1 rupee से लेके 4,30,000 पे there would be tax. How much would be the tax amount? 9,000, right? So 9,000 is the tax. So since the income is less, since the income is up to 5 lakhs, he will get the rebate. So यहाँ पे you will get minus rebate 9,000. So the tax would come as nil. This has to happen before cess. Before cess. Since it's a tax rebate, so rebate is on tax amount. Clear? Any doubt up till now? So if the income is 4,80,000, उस पे tax निकालो and maximum 12,500 तक you can give the rebate. And yes, with this you can say कि मैम 5 लाख की income पे तो कोई tax नहीं आएगा. You say कि मैम 5 lakh up to 5 lakh की income पे there would be no tax. I will say correct, but that does not mean that my basic exemption limit is 5 lakh. You will not write it like this. You will write there is no tax up to 2,50,000 and then there is a rebate up to 5 lakh. Okay. If your income is 6 lakhs, you cannot take a rebate of 12,500. No. The concept of rebate will go away the moment your income crosses 5 lakhs. Okay. और ये हर टाइप का इनकम पे मिलता है. दिस इज ऑन ऑल टाइप ऑफ इनकम irrespective of I have special rate income, I have my any income, it would be applicable. Casual income, everything पे this would be applicable. So quickly again, I think there was some network problem. Rebate under Section 87 is allowed only for individual or resident and would be allowed only if the net total income is up to 5 lakh. The rebate would be how much? 100% of tax amount or 12,500, whichever is lower. This is before cess. Before cess. So my friend who had 4,30,000 income had a tax of 9,000, so he got a rebate of 9,000. No, total tax becomes nil. 4,80,000, calculate the tax, total tax becomes nil. The moment it crosses 5 lakhs, your income crosses 5 lakh, even by 1 rupee, no rebate would be allowed. This 5 lakh is on all types of income. आपके 5 lakhs में अगर capital gain है, casual income, everything पे it would be allowed, but it would not be allowed on an income which is of Section 112A, which is tax on capital gain of listed equities. अभी आप बस इतना समझो, I am using the word listed equities. You will see it what actually this 112A is in future. This is non-applicability. ठीक है. उसके साथ students always remember one thing, that the income amount and the tax amount, you should round it off to the nearest 100. Nearest 10. So suppose my tax amount is coming to 14,359 after every surcharge and cess, 14,359. So it would be 14,360. Nearest 10. If it is 14, rounding off आता है, correct? If it is 14,341, so it would come to 14,340. Before 5 wala to the previous 10, next 5 wala to the immediate 10. Okay? You always have to round off your tax amount. 1 mark bhi nahi katega if you will finally give your answer like this. Okay? Clear? Individual tax rates clear. Individual HUF, AOP, BOI में first slab rates रखते हैं. Resident senior citizens में up to 3 lakh is the basic exemption limit. Super senior citizens में up to 5 lakh is the basic exemption limit. Any doubt? No. Ma'am, firm companies का क्या rate है? No worries. Quickly on that, and then we will hand it over to ma'am. So ma'am, just 5 minutes. So firms का income कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. फर्म्स, लोकल अथॉरिटीज, एलएलपी, इन सब का इनकम सिंपल है. कोई स्लैब रेट नहीं, नथिंग. वट एवर इज योर इनकम, टैक्स रेट वुड बी फ्लैट 30%. You have an income of 1 lakh, 30,000 is your tax. You have an income of 2 lakhs, 60,000 is your tax. You have 10,000 as income, 3,000 is your tax. No basic exemption limit. Tax rate is flat 30%. Flat 30%. Surcharge इस पे भी है. कोई इतना सारा surcharge नहीं है. वो 112 special rates, capping, nothing. Simple surcharge. If your income is more than 1 crore, up to income of 1 crore, nil surcharge. If the income is up to 1 crore. If the income is more than 1 crore, surcharge rate is 12%. Simple. Nothing, no extra, no nothing. So, आपका income है 2 crores. Suppose your income is 2 crores. What you will do? 2 crore का 30%, which is 60 lakhs, or 60 lakhs with 12% would come as your total tax. Simple solve. Plus, obviously, cess. Cess would always be there for everyone. Even if there is surcharge or not, cess would always be there. Clear? And last is companies. Company income tax purpose के लिए, they especially tax rates के लिए, they are divided into domestic company and foreign company. So domestic company which is incorporated in India, if you had read that part which I gave you as homework, which is incorporated in India, foreign company which is incorporated outside India. Okay. Foreign company के लिए tax rate is 40%. So whatever is your income, you have to pay tax at 40%. If you're not incorporated as per Companies Act 2013 or 1956, the tax rate would be 40%. Domestic company के लिए tax rates are two types of tax rate, 25% and 30%. Ma'am, कैसे पता चलेगा which tax it has to be applicable? So the general tax rate for foreign companies is 40% flat. No, there is no slabs, nothing. 25% or 30%. This is 40% flat. This is 25 and 30. Ma'am, 25 कब होगा, 30 कब होगा? 25, this is, I'm talking about previous year 22-23, which is my assessment year 23-24. So 25% would be applicable if my turnover for previous year 2021 is up to 400 crores. If it is up to 400 crores, the turnover, remember first class maybe we did the concept of turnover and profits. The turnover is up to 400 crores, then 25% tax amount. If the turnover is more than 400 crores, then 30% tax amount. So can I say for the companies who are working at a large scale, obviously 30% would be the rate. For the companies who are at a lower scale or up to 400 crore turnover is not less though. 400 crore turnover is not less though. But up to 400 crore turnovers, the rate would be 25%. Interesting thing is, please see the previous year is not immediately preceding wala year, wo usse bhi pehla wala year, which is 2020-2021. So not previous year 22-23, but previous year 2020-2021, which basically the year which is completed even before the budget. Okay. And surcharge, yes, surcharge is here. यहाँ पे भी surcharge कुछ इतना नहीं है, simple है, domestic company and foreign company. See, if the income is up to 1 crore, no surcharge. If the income is more than 1 crore, up to 1 crore, sorry. Income is more than 1 crore, but is up to 10 crore. Surcharge rate is 7% if it's a domestic company, 2% if it's a foreign company. Income is more than 10 crore, surcharge is 12%. Domestic company, 5% foreign company. I really wanted to do more examples for this, but keeping in mind the time restrictions, you can do all the examples which are there in the modules. In case there is any doubt or any confusion which arises, I'll be very happy to take. So the first 10 minutes of the next class would be solely for your doubts. Okay? किसी को कोई इश्यू अभी तक? Sure. Akash Bhoya Joshi, I cannot see your query. Your query is coming totally blank, and you have pressed for like past 10-15 minutes. Sorry, 5 minutes से आपका query बस blank आ रहा है, please. अगर CG है, Rusha, what is CG? Yes, Dinesh, you are right. अच्छा, capital gain. हाँ, capital gain के केस में मिलेगा, but 12,500 मिलेगा, but 112A वाला नहीं मिलेगा. What is 112A? That we will do it in detail. Where all your queries have gone. Anyone has any query? Individual tax rate is such a huge thing. If you get hold of it, companies and firms is a minor walk. And I'm saying it again and again, individual tax rates are very important. So whenever you're doing individual tax rates, please be careful. First, you have to calculate the total income, segregate it from special tax rate and normal income, calculate the tax on special income, calculate the tax on normal income, calculate the surcharge if applicable. See, if it is up to 2 crores, there is no problem. One surcharge rate is applicable for everyone. But the moment surcharge, the total income crosses 2 crore, you have to see ki whether 2 crore ke income mein, special income mein, if there is LTCG under 112A, 112 or dividend income or short-term capital gain, unpe surcharge ka capping is 15%, and other income pe surcharge would be applicable if the other income excluding the special income is more than 2 crores, then 25%, more than 5 crores, then 37%. If it is less than 2 crores, then 15%, even if the entire income is crossing 2 crores. Cooperative committee ka slab rate you can see. The first chapter is almost done. What is not done is undisclosed source of income, which is your deemed income, which I'll take in the next class. Before residential status or after residential status, I'll see when that has to be taken. Okay, apart from that, everything is done. You can do, there are so many illustrations in your entire book in chapter 1. Please do every illustration. In case there is any doubt, I'll be very happy to take all the questions, all the doubts. Do see let us recapitulate. It's a revision for all of you. So be next 30 minutes, please do not go anywhere. Aparna ma'am, she's a BOS faculty, she's joining and she'll take all your queries and she'll be very happy to give you a overview about how, welcome ma'am, how is you have to do the income tax, what are the rates applicable to you, what do you have to keep in mind. Ma'am, over to you.
Very good morning all of you. Hope you are enjoying your intermediate basic classes with Ridhima ma'am. She has started with the basic concepts, right? See students, you are some of you may be going through the income tax in your graduation, but some of you are very new to the income tax because this is the subject which is being introduced first time at the intermediate level, and the income tax basically is governed by the Income Tax Act. Certain concepts, basic things ma'am already explained you in the last class and during this class, like the Income Tax Act, income tax rules, Finance Act, assessment year, previous year. There are these terms now which you have never studied in any of your things, right? You are knowing these things first time. So it is little bit different, of course, but this subject, I must tell you, this is a very interesting subject, because what is the basic difference in the other subject and this subject, income tax, is here there are provisions. It is fully based on the provisions of the Income Tax Act as supported by the income tax rules, right? Yeah, and here you have to not only learn the provisions, you have to understand it. First of all, the understanding of the income tax provisions is very crucial to have a hold on this subject, right? Understanding is one part, and when you able to understand the provisions, then only you will able to apply the provisions in the practical scenarios, right? So Income Tax Act, 1961 is the Income Tax Act. It is also known as Bayer Act. Bayer Act means it is the as reproduction of the law. You know that the Parliament only passes the law. The regulations for levying the income tax is with the central government, right? It made the laws for you, and you have to follow that law. You have to understand the provisions. You know, there are certain new things in the law, which are sections. Sections are there, subsections are there, clauses are there. Ma'am already explained you these small things. What is section? What is subsections? What is provisos? What are the explanations? And all these things. What are income tax rules? So income tax is such a dynamic subject. Every year, you know, Finance Act presented in the Parliament, and then it is passed by the Lok Sabha, which gets the assent of the president. Then only it becomes the act, right? So every year it is a dynamic subject. Every year amendments takes place in this subject, and for that purpose you have to be updated regularly. You have to need a update yourself updated regularly with the Finance Act amendments. Of course, with the circulars and notifications are also a very, very crucial part of the Income Tax Act, because what is happening once bill presented in the year, right? And it is not possible every time to, you know, bring out everything in the act. For that purpose, they are bringing out with the income tax rules, and that power is being given to the CBDT and as well as to the central government. So central government, to support the act, come out with the notifications. And in case of certain doubts or certain clarifications, CBDT also comes out with the circulars. All these things are very, very important for you. And now we are talking about your examination focus. Like for you are going to appear, this session is for your May 23 exams, right? For May 23 exams, students, as you have gone through the provisions, as you have already know the basic concept, what is the assessment year, what is the previous year, and I am just going to share you some my screen to you. Let me know if it is visible to you. Ridhima, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
So you know that Finance Act, you are aware of finance. So what is Finance Act? You know about your Finance Act? That every year the finance minister present the finance bill in the Parliament, right? With certain, union budget comes every year. So when it gets passes in the Lok Sabha and gets the assent of the president, it becomes a Finance Act, right? And in the Finance Act, basically, what happens in the Finance Act? The amendments are being made to the Income Tax Act every year. Then this Income Tax Act for May 23. Why this question is here? That for May 20, which Finance Act is relevant for you? You must be knowing that you are going to appear in May 23 exams, or for let's say if you are going to appear in November 23 exams also, the same Finance Act is relevant for both the examination. That is for May 23 and 24. And what is this Finance Act? This Finance Act 22. Finance Act 22 already presented. It gets the assent of the president. And the one Finance Act, for example, this Finance Act 22, it will be relevant for the next two exams, next year exams, that is May 23 exams and the November 23 exams, right? So Finance Act 22 amendments are relevant for you, the May 23 exams and the November 23 exams. Now we are talking about November 22 exams. For November 22, the Finance Act 21 was relevant, right? So there are certain amendments which are being made in the Income Tax Act, which you have to be, if you have already appeared in the November 22 exams, the syllabus remains the same. There is no change in the syllabus of May 23 exams and the November 22 exams. But there are amendments which you have to, update yourself with the amendments. Now, the next question. So, you know that Finance Act 22 is relevant for you. The amendments in the Finance Act 22 are basically related to the assessment year 23-24. There are certain amendments which are retrospectively also takes place, like it is related.
Is the video audible?
Whole of the income tax act. अभी तक आपको पता है कि you have studied financial year, right? Now there are two terms. All assessment year is also financial year. Previous year is also financial year. But what is the difference? Why they are bringing this? Is previous year hai, then the assessment year hai. Previous year is, you know what is previous year? Can I know from you what you mean by the previous year actually? I just want to ask you, students. I saw that you are very interactive. You are keep on asking many queries to the ma'am. I am noticing that you are really putting a lot of efforts to present the class is very interactive also. So I just want to know from you now that what do you mean by the previous year? What is previous year and what is assessment year? I just want this answer from you, since you have already understood this concept in the last class and you had already practiced also whatever be the examples given in your study mat. So I just want to ask from you, what do you mean by the previous year? Yeah, I got the answer. Very good. This Chidambaram, Vinayak, Komal, Rama, very nice that you have answered and you understood the concept also. What is previous year? The previous year is the year in which you earn the income, and that income is going to be assessed in the assessment year. So for you, which is the relevant previous year? That Ashwin already answered that previous year 22-23 is the previous year for the assessment year 23-24. Now my next question to you is, can the assessment year be less than of 12 months? Can the assessment year be less than of 12 months? Is it possible? Or previous year can be less than of 12 months? Which is true? Yeah, I got a lot of replies from you and you all are very right, rightly said. Now you tell me, can assessment year can be of less than 12 months? Previous year is less than 12 months, right? And assessment year cannot be of less than 12 months. Okay? It should start from the 1st April to the 31st March. However, in specific cases, like if you are setting up a new business, the previous year can be less than of 12 months. So this concept is also very clear to you. That's great. So this is the thing relating to assessment year. Previously, you know that which assessment is relevant for you. Whole of the tax rates which are given in the Finance Act, you know that Finance Act mein aapko schedule in your study material. I just want to show you that which study material is relevant for you from the website. I just want, let me share the screen to show you from where, which study material you can see on my screen. I will take you through the institute's website. It is very important for you. Every time when you become the CA also, you have to visit the institute's website. As a student, the student website is CA website is very, very relevant. And for your comfort, we are also coming out with the BOS app. So every notification, everything is available to you handy in your mobile. The BOS app is very, very handy app. You know, you can view many things on the BOS mobile app. Here you see, this is the website. Is it visible? So here is a website. You go to the student section. When you go to the student section, there is a BOS knowledge portal. In this BOS knowledge portal, click here to visit the BOS knowledge portal to see the relevant things for you. Right? So here it is the announcement relating to your LBC classes. Now next is study material. So these are the things which we offer to the student, which we provide to the student for their comfort, you know. So, and if you go to the study material, there are many illustrations, many examples, the tabular presentation, everything is provided to you for your understanding purpose, to have a good hold on this subject, right? So you please purchase a new study material which is relevant for the May 23 exams. Since if you are, you know, you are having a old study material, old edition, which is relevant for November 22 exams, of course, the syllabus is same, but there are many amendments which are taken place by the Finance Act 22. So it is advisable for your students to please purchase a new study material. If you already purchased, is well and good. If you have old study material, then you should purchase a new study material which is relevant for May 23 examination, because each and every illustration or example you would not be able to, you know, solve and change and update according to the amendments. So it is advisable to purchase a new one. So I will show you my paper, that paper 4, taxation, study material. There are two study bullets are there, that is study material relevant for May 23 exams and study material relevant for May 22 and November 22 examinations. So May 23 is very much relevant for you, right? And you see the study material. The whole of the study material is having 3 modules. It is in 3 modules. The first module contains the 3 chapters. What are these 3 chapters? Basic concepts, which you are nowadays you are taking care of this basic concept chapter. Ma'am already taught you all the concepts except the, like in case of, I saw that domestic companies, tax rates, the surcharge relating to the companies, firms, and everything is given as study material, and the illustrations are also given. The manner of computation of your marginal relief, the surcharge rate, the tax rate is same as the individual. But for intermediate level students, please note that you are going to be asked on the computation of total income or tax liability of an individual only. You have studied the concept. Now you know the concept of person. There, the Income Tax Act defined the meaning of what do you mean by the person. There is a charging section. Section 4 is there, right? You know that Section 4 is there, which lays down that on what income tax is levied. Income tax is levied on the total income of a person. The charging section, you know what is charging section? Charging section just take as a driver of a bus, right? It drives whole of the bus. So whole of the act is derived from this charging section, section 4. Okay? So यहाँ पे, you know, there are many concepts in this charging section. Charging section में आपको है कि section 4 में आपका new concept persons आए, आपका your income tax आया, total income आया. So you know that the companies, in case of a companies, are full-fledged question relating to companies or the other persons at your firm are not going to be asked you. Small questions, like for example, if margin relief can be asked from you for computing the margin relief in case of a company, tax liability of a company, giving you the total income, right? Total income will be provided to you in the question. You can be asked to, you know, determine the tax liability of a company, and which it may involve the computation of marginal relief or the surcharge based on that. Firm के case में also, so full-fledged question relating to the total income and tax liability would be asked only based on of an individual, right? For example, यहाँ पे आप देखिए, there are 3 chapters in module 1. Then in module 2 again there is a 1 chapter, but it is a very important chapter because it comprises of 5 units. 5 units are your 5 heads of income, right? This whole income has to be computed under these 5 heads of income. There is a concept of income. Of course, the income tax is the tax which is levied on the income. So the income concept, that what is income, for this purpose, a person earned income from many sources. To bifurcate all the things, all the incomes, what Income Tax Act has done, they have divided the income in these 4 heads. That is salaries, house property, PGBP, capital gains, and residuary incomes are fall under income from other sources, which are not covered in these 4 heads of income, right? So accordingly, this chapter contains 5 units: salaries, income from house property, PGBP, capital gains, income from other sources. Then module 3. Module 3 is the clubbing provisions. aggregation, set off and carry forward of losses, deductions from gross total income. There is a gross total income also. There is a total income then advance tax, TDS, TCS, and provision for filing income tax return. So these are the basic study material for you. And in the initial pages, let me take you through the initial pages. This is your study mat, right? And here on the cover page itself, it is mentioned that income tax law as amended by the Finance Act 2022 and assessment year is 23-24. On the cover page it is coming, right? So you should know that this is relevant for May 23 examination. For November 23 examination, say students, in case if some changes are taking place in the syllabus, there will be very minor changes. So you can of course, attend these classes. There is no harm to attend these classes because more or less the income tax law which is there for the current scheme is relevant for the new one also. So you may attend the provision. You can start preparation based on this. In case some removal or some addition will take place, then you will definitely come to know in later time. So as of now, you can start preparation from these classes also. So this is relevant for May 23, of course. And what is the difference between May 23 and November 23 relating to amendments that I will tell you? First, let me take you through the initial pages of the study material. See, this study material edition is May 22 edition, right? So it is updated till May 22 based on the Finance Act amendments made by the Finance Act 22 in the Income Tax Act and the circulars and notifications. Again, the important point is circulars and notification. You already know what is circular, what is notification. Notifications are the central government and the CBDT is empowered to make the rules to support the Income Tax Act, because everything comes into the act. It's very difficult. Everything to pass before the Lok Sabha and to get the assent is again. So government has empowered the central government to come out with certain guidelines or notifications, or in case of certain doubts in the provisions itself, because law basically prone to interpretations. Lot of interpretation. Based on the interpretation issues, judicial rulings takes place. This is not, but the judicial ruling at presently at intermediate are not relevant for you, so don't worry about it. The circulars and notification but are very important for you. So this study material, now I am telling you again, this study material is based on the Finance Act 22 and the circulars and notification issued up to 30th of April 22, right? For May 23 examination, note down, please note it down, because this this fundamental concept is very much relevant when you go for the final exams also. The same principle applies there. In case of May 23 exams, the amendments takes place before the 6 months of your exams are relevant. Accordingly, 31st October is 22 is the cutoff date for the amendments. Right, 31st October 22 is the cutoff date. So already Finance Act comes to whatever the amendments made with the Finance Act is already there in the study mat, and the whatever the notifications and circulars issued up to 30th of April 22 are also covered in the study mat. So what about the other notifications? What you from where you will get to know these notifications or circulars? For that we are coming out with the startup date every year. 6 months we are come out with the startup. Since in the if you go to the initial pages, you see, note it down. This study material or income tax law is based on the provisions of income tax law as amended by the Finance Act 22, and all the significant notifications and circular issued and amendments made up to 30th of April 22. But for your exams, the cutoff date is 31st of October 22 for May 23 exams. And for November 23 exams, the cutoff date is 30th of April 23. So for the May 23, separate statutory update will be there for May 23 and November 23 exams. So here what you do? The start update. Again, you have to go to check the amendments which are made by way of circulars or the notification and notifications which we are going to provide through the start update. Right? So, if you read this second paragraph of this relevant Finance Act assessment here, it says the significant notification circulars issued and other legislative amendments like taxation amendment bills may be called that other legislative amendments which are made between 1-5, since this is updated till 30th of April 22, right? And the significant notification which are issued from 1/5/22 to 31st of October 22 relevant for May 23 examination will be posted on the start update as a start update for May 23 exams. Okay? Is it clear? Is it clear to you? So this is about the amendments part. So from there you will get your amendments beyond this study material from the start update, which we are going to web post on the institute's website. Now let me tell you, this study material is really very useful tool for you, I must say, that for preparation of your exams. You should not skip it. You practice each and every question to understand how the provisions are going to be applied, right? So for that purpose, whole of the chapters, in each chapters, the first learning outcomes are being defined, that what you will come to know, what you will learn after reading the particular chapter. Then chapter overview is there, which shows you the flow chart, table, diagram at the beginning of each chapter, right? To give you a broad outline of the contents covered in the chapter. And then contents are also being explained with the help of the illustrations, diagrams, flow charts. So it's a really very wonderful, study mat, which you should do, and do all the examples, all the illustrations, and test your knowledge questions. Students, what we generally notice from the students, what they do, they just read the question and read the answers then and there without solving using their pen and paper. If you do like this, then definitely at the time of your exams, you will not be able to solve it properly. You will not be able to recall the provisions. You will not be able to apply it if you are not going to solve and practice the illustrations and the questions by using your pen and paper, right? Abhi aapko already basic concepts done, right? And some of the things being left, which Ridhima ma'am is going to take you in the next session. Don't worry about it. In case of companies, the same things is applicable marginally. Certain examples are given. In case of firms, clearly in the chapter, rates are given, surcharge rates are given, everything is given. You go through each and everything, solve the problems, don't see the answers. When you don't see the answers, you will come to know where are the things which you are lagging, right? What are the loopholes, what are the areas you have to work upon. So, jab aayega, when you solve it, then you will come to know the things that you have to work upon. Then in the next session, you come out with your doubt to ask to the Ridhima ma'am. She will help you in resolving all your queries, right? She will again explain the wherever you are, stuck up, then she will resolve all your things. So in this way, you have to prepare for your exams. Let us recapitulate is given. Revisionary notes, I can say this, let us recapitulate. It summarizes the whole of the chapter at the end of your exams, at the end of your chapter, right? It gives you a broad overview of, again, summarize of all the chapters. This will help you quick revision of the chapter the day before the exams. And one important thing, please note, in case if you are doing your, practicing the sums and doing your things, and you know that you are getting stuck up at this provision. Abhi aapke paas time hai, you have a lot of time, you can practice is only the way you achieve success in your exams. Okay? So, note down, highlight those points in your study mat as of now. When you again come to know, when you again visit the study material, go through those highlighted portions, because these kinds of mistake you will again want to repeat. So when you highlight this thing, immediately you will come to know, yeah, this is the things which I can skip. So wo wahan pe aapko point rahega, and you can see your highlighted portion. This will help you in quick revision of your exam before your exams day also. Then test your knowledge part is there, which gives you certain questions and answers at the end of each chapter. So this is your overview of your chapters, how the chapters are being given in the study mat. One more thing relating to income tax law. This is very important, of course, that paper 4 is divided into 2 sections. Section A is income tax law, 60 marks, you know it. And section B is on GST portion, that is based on your 40 marks. That is for 40 marks, right? Indirect taxes, 40 marks. Now it's 60 marks. May there are 10 chapters in your study mat, 10 chapters. But of course, chapter 4 contains 5 units, and it becomes 14 chapters overall. And each and every point is very important for you. You cannot, you cannot do selected study. You cannot based on your selected study. यहाँ पे possible ही नहीं है income tax law में आपके लिए कि you do some selective study and get a good marks. Not possible, because everything is integrated for computing the total income and tax liability. What do you all know? You must be knowing the concept of residential status. First of all, is very relevant. In the second chapter, ma'am is going to take you through that chapter 2. Residential status is the first thing which you need to determine while computing the total income and tax liability of a person. Basic concepts may you are now know about the assessment year, previous year, the tax rates. Tax rates are very, very important. You have to remember these rates. The Income Tax Act is a progressive tax. Progressive rate of tax. Here, as the income increases, your burden of tax increases, right? Basic exemption limits are provided in case of individual, AOP or BOI, and in case of a senior citizen, the basic exemption limit undergo a change. That is of 3 lakh rupees instead of 2,50,000 rupees. Then a senior citizen concept also comes, that the basic exemption limit for the super senior citizen is 5 lakhs, right? Then if the income is above 10 lakh, it's there you have to apply the slab rates accordingly. And the surcharge also depending on your total income. So these are the things which you have to keep in mind. This will help you, the tax rates. Again, I must say, आपको यहाँ पे new concepts आए हैं, जैसे कि for example, LTCG comes into this. LTCG आया आपको. Let me stop sharing this thing. Now, I just want to take you through the PPT. I just want to, this already I have here, the relevant assessment here, study mat, I have cleared to you. The start update, I have cleared to you. Section-wise weightage. Now, let me tell you what is section-wise weightage for your exams. There is a portion which we call section-wise weightage. There are 10 chapters in your study mat. The first section is of 15 to 20% marks. I already told you that it's a 60 marks paper. Right? 60 marks paper this 60 marks paper is further divided into 2 portions. That is 30% would be asked in the form of MCQs. Right? 30%, that is 18 marks ka compulsory MCQ portion will be there. Compulsory MCQ portion will be there. Then the descriptive portion, remaining descriptive 42 marks, the remaining descriptive portion will be there. So यहाँ पे weightage is assigned based on the sections. At intermediate level, I must tell you that weightage does not have much relevance for you, because if they asked you this computation of total income, let's take the section 4th question is being asked, that is computation of total income and tax liability of individual. Full-fledged question generally asked as a descriptive question carrying 14 marks, right? So it involves you to understand or to know the previous chapters concepts, like heads of income you must be knowing, residential status you must be knowing, advanced tax, tax deduction at source. Just a minute, let me share you the screen. First of all, let me share you to the screen. I think I have not shared it with you. Just a minute. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Just a minute.
Ma'am, in full screen mode, you can share.
Yeah. So, यहाँ पे if a full-fledged question of 14 marks being asked from the section 4, you are supposed to know the provisions of residential study. You should know how to determine the residential status of a person, right? And here clearly it is mentioned for individuals only full-fledged question will be asked relating to of your individuals also. So don't worry about the other persons. Some specific provisions are there, like in case of firm, certain specific provisions are there. They can ask you. I already told you for companies, they might ask you the tax liability, testing the concept of, surcharge, the margin relief. It can be asked from you. And for firms also, some specific provisions along with the tax liability they may ask. But full-fledged question, whatever is there, will be based on for the individuals, right? So here the individuals, if this type of question being asked to you, then you are supposed to know the provisions of basic concept tax rates, of course, already being taken place for you. The residential status, then your exempted income, your heads of income. 5 heads of income is very important. Everything is important. I cannot say heads of income only important. Everything is very important for you, right? The heads of income portion, then the clubbing provisions. Everything. Don't worry. These classes will help you to understand all the provisions thoroughly. But one thing which you need to do is to practice the question. Whatever being taught to you in the class, you should revise the things at your home, right? And whatever the illustration examples given in the study map, do your examples and illustration and come out with your doubt in the next session. So don't worry, there are the things you will have able to solve the questions. You will get a success with, you will come out with a good marks in the exam. So don't worry about your result and all these things. First of all, is the requirement is you have to do an effective study, effective and efficient study, right? So as I told you, computation of total income involves aggregation of income, that is clubbing of income, set off and carry forward of income, deduction from gross total income. And of course, the TDS provisions also can be tested in this full-fledged question. So you cannot skip, you cannot skip any concept from the whatever be there in your syllabus. You have to do all the things, right? This section-wise weightage is given just to say, for the sake of something must be asked from this section in your exams. It is not completely full-fledged questions only they will keep you asking. It is not like that. Salary prompts you to compute the income under the head house property. Independently, they may ask you to compute the depreciation as per the Income Tax Act, right? Such kind of questions would be asked. Clubbing provisions, they may be tested in another exam question. So in descriptive portion, this type of question. Now in MCQ section, now I came to know many students, they keep on asking, ma'am, how to prepare for the MCQ question. Say, student, the strategy for preparation of either for the MCQ section or for the descriptive section is same. The manner you are preparing for your descriptive portion would not undergo change in case of MCQ section, right? The preparation strategy is same. Manner of preparation is same. What is the difference then? The difference is in the presentation part in your exams. In MCQ section, you have to choose one of the correct option, right? And in descriptive portion, you have to, show them that how you are arriving at the answer, right? In case of descriptive portion, of course, both have its pros and cons. In MCQ section, at present, no negative marking is there. You are not required to give any kind of reasoning while attempting the MCQ section. But in case of descriptive section, you have to, show very clearly the presentation part, that how you are arriving at the final answer. You need not to, don't use the shortcuts. You have to show clearly the manner which is given in your study material, follow that present manner while attempting the paper, right? So follow that manner of presentation while answering. At presently also, whenever you are practicing the things, try to do in the manner given in the study. Try to do it. So, but in case of MCQ, what are the pros, cons? What are the negative things about the MCQ? In MCQs, if you've gone wrong, if you have chosen your option wrongly, then 0 marks. You will not get anything. But in case of descriptive portion, what is happening? Since you are writing, so stack marks are there. Stack marks are there. You will get some marks, even though your final conclusion, final answer is not correct, right? So this is the plus point for the descriptive portion. But in case of MCQ, you need not to write anything. But it is very much important for you that you should read the question very carefully, read all the options, because kya hoga, aapka question paper will definitely, want to, catch you in certain aspect where you can miss the things. So in small portion mein, they can caught you, right? In that case, you can tend to choose a wrong option. So for that purpose, you have to be very careful while attempting the MCQs. Read the question thoroughly, then only attempt and choose the option. Descriptive option, follow the correct presentation. Manner of presentation should be in proper order and should be clearly showing the what provisions you are being asked. Stick to the correct requirement of the question. Read the requirement carefully. What is the requirement of the question, and accordingly answer. So abhi se aapko practice karni hai accordingly to have a good hold on this subject. And this subject is not at intermediate final level. You are going to be asked on whole of the Income Tax Act. At intermediate level, up to only written filing things are there. Final, it's again very vast. At intermediate level, there are study guidelines. I don't know how many of you are aware of the study guidelines concept, that there are study guidelines concept is also there at the intermediate level. By way of study guidelines, there are certain topics which we have excluded from your syllabus. From these provisions also, like in case of PGBP, there are certain exclusion lists are there from your PGBP section, from your capital gain section, right? From your deductions, like deductions in respect of profit link deduction are not tested at the intermediate level. So the portion content of Income Tax Act is very limited at intermediate level, right? These are the basic things which will help you to solve these simple problems in the practice. When you do your practical training, you would be able to file the income tax return of an individual. You will able to do it, right? One more thing, do your practical training very, very sincerely, because to understand this Income Tax Act also, the practical training is very important. आप यहाँ पे जो पढ़ रहे हैं, whatever you are studying here has a practical relevance, right? Income Tax Act, अब you ask your parents today only. Ask your parents whether they file their income tax returns and see their income tax returns. If they have filed, see that what is there. Assessment year must be there in the income tax return. See that assessment year things. Total income word must be there. आपने भी total income पढ़ा, आपको हम भी at basic concept, definitely we cannot ask you to how to compute the total income. Gradually you will only come to know that how to compute the total income. But if total income is provided to you, then can you compute the tax liability of that person? So ask your parents, you may ask them that they should show you their income tax return to see these words, the total income concept, the word total income must be there, the gross total income must be there, your heads of income hoga, abhi aapko nahi pata, you don't know at this stage, but assessment year, previous year, tax liability definitely you can compute easily. From the basic concept, whatever being taught as on these 2 days, you can compute it of your parents only. As an individual, if they are having, don't see kahan se income hai unki, aapko jo special rates bataya, whatever the special rates are being told to you, the marginal relief told to you, already taught to you, the surcharge concept taught to you, rebate concept taught to you. So based on these things, see the total income and accordingly determine कि अगर LTCG इसमें है, 112A में है, 112A में है, dividend income है, accordingly you can compute the tax liability, right? So this is the one way you can have a good hold on these concepts. Next is, this is the section wise weightage, then again this skill wise weightage. A student asked to Ridhima ma'am that ma'am we have to remember this theoretical portion also. Frankly speaking, students at intermediate level, in this subject basically there is very small weightage being assigned for a knowledge and comprehension based knowledge skills, right? 5 to 20%. So only one question will be asked to you of carrying 4 marks based on testing your knowledge or this comprehension skills, right? It is not that much. That too only internal choice based hoga. Matlab it's majorly, generally it is asked as an internal choice based question. So आपको ऐसा नहीं कि आपको you have to rote learn करना things. You have to understand. If you know the application part is majorly is the application portion. Analysis and application portion is the major part, that is 80 to 95% is your application part, right? So this is about the skill wise and section wise weightage. I told you certain things which are very important for you. I want to take you some, you have already gone through, but this before taking this MCQs, I think you have to practice the things. unless today only you learn the concept. Today only you learn certain concepts. The senior citizen concept you learn today only. The 60 years of age as on 1/4/23, that is beyond your previous year. It goes to 1/4/23 when your assessment year begins. Even that person is said to be a senior citizen if its birthday falls on this date. So this circular is there. That clarification is ma'am clarified you. So I think today I don't feel that this is the right time to take you these MCQs. I will ask Ridhima ma'am to take you these MCQs in the next session. When you go through your study mat, you have solved your practical problems.
Sure,
is it what happened, Ridhima? Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am, definitely.
Yeah, just let me stop sharing. Let me see you if you have any queries relating to the things which I told you. I can take, and other things definitely Ridhima ma'am will help you out in understanding the things. Alok, I answered that. Is there any negative marking for MCQ just like CA foundation? No, there will not be any negative marking for this MCQ question, right? There will be no negative marking. Vishal, I answered that is syllabus for May 23 exam is same as of November 23 2 exams. Syllabus is same. You know that income tax is prone to every year amendment by the Finance Act. So Finance Act already changed for you. The assessment year also changed for you. So you have to be updated with the amendments which are relevant for the assessment year 23-24, right? If you have an old book, you should purchase a new material, right? Praveen, till now there is any amendment or not after 1st May? There are amendments which we are going to provide you through the start update. The start update will be there, which will contains the notifications or circulars issued between 1st May 22 to 31st of October 22. So those amendments you have to follow with this institute's website, right? On viewers of course app also that same will be available to you, right? Mariam Tanjeen is asking on page number 1.40, computation for tax liability for Mr. X is 60 years or above, having income of 5 lakh for first 3 lakh tax will not be charged in further. Yeah, absolutely right. You see, you solve the problems whatever is given in your study mat, and MCQs portion also ma'am is going to give you the homework she has given you since you have completed this basic concept chapter fully. Some leaving apart this some of the concepts like undisclosed income and all, she will taking care of these things in your next class. Okay, Ashwin, you want to know from me in Hindi about amendment date. अश्विन आप देखिए आपके लिए जो अमेंडमेंट्स हैं जो कि की गई हैं थ्रू फाइनेंस एक्ट 22 वो रिलेवेंट है, वो स्टडी मटेरियल में ऑलरेडी आपको दी गई हैं, ठीक है। प्लस जो सर्कुलर्स और नोटिफिकेशंस आएंगे आपके 1st ऑफ मई 2022, नोट डाउन द डेट, 1st May 22 टू 31st ऑफ October 22, वो वाली अमेंडमेंट जो सर्कुलर नोटिफिकेशन के थ्रू आएंगी वो आपको स्टैट अपडेट के थ्रू प्रोवाइड की जाएंगी। तो आप वहां से देखिए कि वो क्या क्या अमेंडमेंट्स हैं, क्या क्या चेंजेस हैं, दोज आल्सो यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड। आरटीपी लेके आएंगे May 23 के लिए, वी आर गोइंग टू ब्रिंग आउट आरटीपी व्हिच विल आल्सो कमेंट्स द contains the certain questions, case scenario based MCQs, of course. What is this case scenario based MCQ? Case scenario based MCQ, some case scenario must be given to you. Based on that facts, certain facts are given to you. Based on those facts, certain questions are being asked. It will be followed by 3 to 5 questions. Based on that, MCQs will be asked. Independent MCQs also will be there, right? So these are the things. In this manner, the paper will be asked. But what are the other things? For May 22, we have to consider amendments and the no. This is very important. As you asked it, I want to clarify also to you. You know, prior to 6 months of your exams. For May, whatever be the exam, if it's November 23, prior to 6 months of your exams, amendments will be relevant for you. But please note, even though the Finance Act 23 will come before your 6 months of your exams, but these will not be applicable for November 23 exams, right? Because the same assessment, the Finance Act 22 means 1 year Finance Act is relevant for the next 2 attempts of the next year, starting in the next year. For example, Finance Act 22 is relevant for May 23 exams and November 23 exams, right? So, जो Finance Act के through amendments होंगी, whatever be the amendments are being made in the Income Tax Act through Finance Act 23, will not be relevant for May 23 and November 23 exams, even if they are made retrospectively, right? वो नहीं लगेंगे आपके ऊपर, don't worry about it. So आपके लिए ये वाला study mat plus the start update is relevant. ठीक है अश्विन, मैंने आपको हिंदी में बता दिया कि डेट अवेलेबिलिटी अमेंडमेंट्स डेट आपको पता है 31st अक्टूबर 22 is the cut off date for May 23 exams. ठीक है I think hope मैं आपको भी क्वेश्चंस नहीं ले सकती बिकॉज अभी आपने you have not practiced the questions. I want to take some MCQs, of course want to ask relating to LTCG. You people were asking कि LTCG में rebate मिलेगा or not. So that MCQs I have, but I cannot take all these MCQs right now. I want you to practice from the study mat. Then Ridhima ma'am is going to take you in the next class these MCQs. आपको जो doubts हैं rebate से related, whatever be the doubts relating to LTCG का 112A is there, 112 is there, right? And STCG 111A. These are clearly given. Don't worry about it how to compute what is the 112. You just know कि एक basic difference पता होना चाहिए कि 112 में आते listed shares. 112 is the other capital asset. ठीक है long term capital on the other asset. ये बताएं that's all. इसके बेसिस पे you solve the answer. तो rebate के लिए strictly 112 में strictly denied है. Rebate will not be available under for in respect of tax liability arising on the long term capital gain taxable under section 112A. But 112 के against there is no specific provision and STCG के against भी कोई नहीं है. But maximum rebate कहाँ तक is available? Maximum rebate of 12,500 is available, right? So whichever is less, the tax liability or the what do you say your 12,500, whichever is lower is available as rebate, right? So this type of questions will be asked, definitely can be asked by way of MCQs. Compute the tax liability, testing the knowledge of your testing the concepts of your basic concepts, tax rates के basis पे, और gradually you will, when you move to the next sessions, you will have a good hold on these tax rates also. So don't worry, whatever is given in the study, practice those things. Okay? And so I think hope you are have a clarity on certain aspects which I able to present before you. And hope have a good day, nice day. Practice, and do your homework whatever ma'am given to you, Ridhima ma'am, and come out with your doubts. She will clarify, and she will definitely give you some MCQs also relating to this chapter, which she will be uploading on the BOS mobile app. So practice those MCQs or solve the questions. Don't read the solutions. Solve it on your paper and pen. Right? Thank you very much, students. Have a nice day. Thanks a lot.